$1,000 a month in Social Security, now you're going to get $750. That's the projection for around 2033. So we really need to be taking all of these things into consideration whenever we look at retirement planning for folks.
Joe Pataroop and the team at Belmont Capital Advisors offer the one-page retirement income plan, 704-946-7000 or online at belmont-capital.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Fusion Capital Management, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Belmont Capital Advisors, Inc., NC license 10000473399.
Allison Golf Cars is proud to announce they are the official golf car sponsor for this year's Hamfest, starting August 30th, and golf car rentals are available. You can rent on the Hamfest website and ask about the Cleveland County Chamber golf car raffle valued at $9,000, sponsored by Allison Golf Cars. Drawing will be held August 30th at 4 p.m. at the Chamber office. Buy your ticket online at clevelandchamber.org. Allison Golf Cars, 2102 Gaffney Road, just south of Bowling Springs. Online at mycustomgolfcar.com.
And good morning. Welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Chip, Terry, and Tom. I did make sure I didn't say Zach because he wasn't here today. He's on vacation. But I just make sure that I said Chip because, man, I'm still trying to, because he's not here every week.
Who's not here?
Zach.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I knew he wasn't going to be here, but I just got to make, because I'm so used to saying Kevin, Zach, Tom, and Terry. I got to say now Kevin, Chip, Tom, and Terry. So.
Well, it could be the last JP. I don't deserve it.
Last?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin, Tom, Terry, and
I
Chip.
don't have tenure yet.
Okay. And always, of course, you got JP Warren on the sound for the guys. The guy who knows nothing about sports.
JP providing
But it's
excellent
Yes.
sports insight.
Yeah.
Perspective
Yeah.
every Saturday.
Yeah, food.
Excellent food.
That's the main thing is that I provide the food.
Thank you, sir, for our nourishment.
If I wasn't here, y'all would probably have to go hungry.
You're probably right.
Indeed.
Yeah. But then again, I'm probably easily replaced after that too. So another intern y'all can get to run food for y'all.
JP, you do a good job, buddy.
We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you very much.
What's up, JP? Good morning, everybody. What do you got for breakfast in there? Did you do? Speaking of breakfast,
I got a gravy biscuit. I'm about to start.
A gravy biscuit. He's about to start. You ever had a gravy biscuit?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering. You never know.
Yeah.
What kind is it? Sausage gravy or is it just like white gravy?
Sausage gravy.
Mm-mm.
Chip,
Okay.
what'd you get? Have you?
I'm assuming knowing JP knows my order. I'm getting ready to enjoy this sausage and egg biscuit.
Mm-hmm. I had a steak and egg and cheese.
And I had a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit and a hash brown.
I got egg and cheese this morning from our local McDonald's here in Cherryville. Mr. Kuthan and the gang stop by breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I also have a wonderful strawberry smoothie here to get me going. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your local McDonald's here in Cherryville. See Mr. Kuthan and the guys up there. Take care of your hunger here in Cherryville. At McDonald's, the place to be for years after a ball game here on KTC here in Cherryville. Leave the ballpark and stop by. All right, JP, any big news this week? You got anything going on?
No, not really.
No, not really.
No, nothing I can think of.
Plagueis is back, and you ain't got nothing to say about that.
What's Plagueis? Hey,
Wow.
JP, have you been to Raleigh?
no. My grandmother used to live there, but not anymore. Well, my cousins do, but
They're having their Galaxy thing over there this weekend.
oh, they're GalaxyCon.
Yeah, a lot of weird faces over there.
Oh,
When I
that
saw it.
Darth Plagueis. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I was like, okay, you should just.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, just saying Plagueis ain't gonna tell me anything. Yeah.
It doesn't. What do you mean it doesn't? Like,
It
what-
doesn't.
You use that word in other common language in your vocabulary.
I
JP?
told him to turn
Like, you
into
just
Star Wars
shoot
card
that
2
around?
weeks
How many
ago.
times has Darth Vader been called Vader? Many times.
Well,
Vader,
All
Maul,
the time. What are
Dooku,
you talking about, JP?
Sidious.
It's like that's not a common word. I didn't just like say, "Hey, you know what? Tell me about Steve." I said, "What about Plagueis?" And he says, "Oh, I don't know who that is."
Dude, we're giving you like 5 minutes of non-sports right now, man.
You're
Come on.
fired
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that. JP, well, who's going to win the Olympic gold in tennis, JP?
well, I mean, I really don't know, to be honest with you. It's where are the Olympics this year anyway?
Are you kidding me
Oh my
right now?
God!
I don't
Just
know where
be
they are. I don't
quiet.
know where they
God.
are.
All right, that's it. Yeah, just yeah, he needs to be muted. That's yeah.
I don't know where they are this year. I can't.
They're
remember.
in Paris, JB.
Oh, Paris.
It's
JP.
the first time it's been held outside of a arena.
Okay.
Yeah, the opening ceremonies were last night. So.
Yeah, they had that in the boats. And
Yeah,
all that.
I
I'll have to go
don't.
on YouTube and watch the.
I
And
don't-
Germany's on
lighting.
the same boat as Iran and things
Yeah.
like that. It's just weird.
The part that was little. I looked at my wife and I said, I'm glad that they kind of separated them. Yet Iraq and Iran on one of those little boats, and the very next boat, Israel. And I was
weird.
like, But
yeah, it might be some shots fired on that one.
well, hopefully we can. Again, this is supposed to represent 2 weeks where we can compete without killing each other. Hopefully we can. It'll be a good
I
sportsman.
got
2
some
weeks.
really stupid sports this time. Breakdancing's a sport.
Well, I know,
Yeah.
I know Zach's not here, and I don't know if you guys caught it. I mean, I guess you saw him making fun of the Last Supper with the drag queens.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
It was a whole. It was nothing but
Come
a
on.
satanic ritual. Pluto, Zeus is. It's all a ritual to
Yep.
Zeus. If you know who Zeus is, he's Marduk and Moloch, and it's all a big satanic ritual. Go back to 2012, Tom. Look at the opening ceremonies. That these big black Grim Reaper guys in hospital beds all over it. All over. Why would they have hospital beds and Grim Reapers in the opening ceremonies before COVID? So it was nothing. It was a disgusting opening ceremonies for anyone who watched it. I did not watch it. I was watching the comments and the tweets and people putting it online. But them ridiculing Christians in France is not a big surprise. I
I
guess.
appreciated them utilizing the city and trying to be creative. I didn't mind that, but yeah, the interjecting performance, and I know that every time opening ceremony is supposed to recognize the culture of the host city and everything, and I get that, but it kind of diminished and minimized the athletes, if you ask me.
Well, it was just weird. I mean, Lady Gaga's thing was weird. It was just
Well,
all
there's
weird.
no-
performance
with
and
that.
art in society today in a lot of arenas
Multiple
is weird.
countries.
Here's
same
your
boats.
here's your
It's
drag
weird.
queen Last Supper rendition. Here's your there's your drag queens at the Last Supper live. There's their Jesus symbol. And this is all real, folks. This is what they're making. If you got kids, these are all dudes and beards. There's your golden bull. They're worshiping the golden bull here, Tom, at the start of it. It's all just one big thing. And so just be careful what you're watching and what you're participating
Careful what you let
in.
your kids watch.
I try to tell people all the time that that it's TV programming and it's not what you think it is. And be careful what you watch, what channels you're watching. Is really all I can say on it. And like you said, do you want your kids watching any of that? You want to see them. You want to see the girls do their diving and all that stuff, and look up to these athletes. And then this is the opening ceremonies to, I don't know,
It's just sad.
a complete spectacle altogether. From France, well, there you go.
Well, France did get rid of Christianity and go to a 10-day week and all this.
Still
stuff.
say it's not really that big surprise.
It's not really that surprising from
Yeah.
a country that produced Robespierre. So, what do we?
I saw
expect?
his name on some tweets yesterday. I was reading about some stuff, Tom, and I saw him. It's funny you brought that brought the name up. Here is. How about how you're supposed to do the Olympics? 1984, we got jetpacks, fellas. 40 years ago. Where's your jetpack, Chip?
I know.
Was there a jetpack connected to your Kia when you bought it? Terry, did you get a jetpack with your Toyota? They just gave you tires.
That's what they should do.
They gave you tires. That's right. This guy's got a jetpack in 84.
That's what they
Look,
should. That's
another
like
thing.
That'd be
So,
awesome.
speaking of what we're listening to right now, so they get all the athletes and everything in, and they raise the Olympic flag, and they're like, okay, now we're going to do the Olympic national anthem. I looked at my wife. I said, look, they can play whatever they want to. No, everybody knows this is not the Olympic national anthem. John Williams produced the Olympic national anthem. It's the theme. It's the
you know who John Williams is now.
Yeah.
Thanks, JP.
The greatest movie composer of all time, and I'll argue that's my greatest.
I agree. I'll agree with
all
you
right,
on
Tom,
that.
this one's for you. Hey, did you see the Americans crossing in France?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Did you see our fearless leader? Did you see this?
I heard he was the flag bearer. Yeah.
What's
for
the boat?
For you folks on the radio, you can watch this show every Saturday live on YouTube, and we showing George Washington crossing the Delaware there, holding the flag, and then we have now LeBron's in France holding the flag on the boat.
To be fair, love him. He was voted on by his fellow athletes. So
yes, they voted on someone who kneels during the national anthem. Think about that.
I know
he kneels during the national anthem. Tom, will you hold our flag? Again, Chip, these same people, when you say they voted on them, idiots vote, and those are idiots. That's their leader. That's their icon. Someone who's 4-6 and will bring home the bronze medal. So good job, guys.
Yeah,
I thought Tom would like that.
I don't know if we're going to get into Olympic basketball later on.
Class to start the year.
Yeah. They are not good.
They better get their stuff together.
They are not
They
good.
better get their stuff together. I mean, and they made the point, and I do agree with this because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's not fair talent-wise. When trying to measure talent versus this team versus the dream team, that's fine. But the level of competition, you can't compare that. The gap has closed. I mean, the level of talent that teams have, the international teams have, is 10 times better than what it was when the dream team played in '92.
I agree 100%. But South Sudan should never, ever have an opportunity of beating the United States.
They don't have an indoor basketball court.
That is
wow,
so unreal.
What was the score?
1 point.
One.
LeBron hit a layup.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that he took over at the end of the game. Although I was a little surprised it was him and not Ant. But yeah, he hit a layup like 14 seconds, and we did hold them on defense. Not interior.
The offensive fouled like he always does to put a layup. Ran through the guy, and they don't call it. He laid it up. Sudan.
We should have got beat,
Tom.
Yeah,
they should have been beat.
That's how easy that should have been.
They were.
They should have been winning the game. That's what I'm saying.
They were up by 16 at halftime. South Sudan was up by 16 at halftime.
They
wow. Who's coaching?
Steve Kerr.
Luol Deng.
What killed us was
that's who coached South Sudan.
Yeah, and who coached at the end?
Steve
coached
Kerr.
at the end? It wasn't Steve Kerr. It was LeBron.
Yeah. Yeah, they better get their stuff together.
I think Rodman said last week Kerr's not a good coach.
Well, then after it's all over, daggone, they all come. Oh, we've got another level to step up to. You better step up.
Yeah.
Or you're going to get beat. I'm telling you, they're going to get beat.
Yeah, they're going to. And there's no excuse this time. Like, it's not. We can't say we didn't put our best players forward. Or our guys took the year off or whatever.
They didn't put their best players forward. They got a bunch of bench warmers on the dream team.
Yeah.
They got people that play on the bench in the NBA on the Olympic team.
Got Drew Holiday starting.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Drew Holiday's a starter.
Not for the Olympic
Derek White
team.
is a starter.
Not for the Olympic team. Terry will say it, Tom. He'll say one word.
I will say
struggle,
this.
That's what I'm saying. But he won't throw the two guys that aren't any good under the bus.
No, I'm not throwing them under. But that's probably the two best defensive guys you got on the team. Tell me somebody else on this team who plays defense.
It's not. That's the problem. Is the defensive specialist?
No, let me ask this. In the NBA defense, is it true or false that they do not switch?
Most of the time, they do.
Okay.
Not.
They switch all the time, Terry.
Yeah, they switch all the time.
Your Celtics
Not
switch
all
every
the
play.
time.
You told us that in the finals. You told us that 5 weeks
Oh,
ago.
yeah, Boston switches.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Boston does that all the time.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So if you have a defensive specialist and 4 guys that don't play defense, well, how about the guy with the defensive specialist go stand in the corner and we'll play basketball over here? It doesn't matter who the defensive specialist is.
Here we go
stinks.
again. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Derek
I mean,
White.
it's like
Wait, grab the dream team. Read those people up there and tell me who Derek White's better than. That's
no,
dream
nobody.
team 2.
Christian
Leitner.
That's dream team
Yeah.
2. That's dream team 2. Derek White's not better than Christian Leitner. Come on.
yeah.
Come on,
He
guys.
is.
Come on, guys.
He
You can
is.
hate on Christian Leitner all you want.
Christian
He's
Leitner
pretty
now.
good.
Christian Leitner now.
Derek White's better than Christian Leitner.
Derek White sounds like somebody who works for KTC.
The two-time national
working
champion player of the
for
year
KTC
is
working.
Oh, Lord.
He's going to be doing some of the Legion World Series stuff.
Here we go.
Terry, what school did Derek White go to?
It ain't the point. Here we go
He's better
again.
than Christian
We
Leitner.
always what does that mean?
You just said he's better
Because
than
he
Christian
went
Leitner.
to Duke makes him better than anybody?
Terry, it's Christian Leitner. He's not like a scrub. I mean, it's not. It's not like I hate Duke, but he's not a scrub.
I say this as a compliment and as an insult. Christian Leitner was a phenomenal college basketball player.
Yeah, he's better than whoever Derek White is. if we can't establish that, we can't even talk basketball. But anyway, the dream team has a terrible leader, and they've got people who set the bench in the NBA.
A terrible leader.
Yeah, LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron. I agree there.
Okay. So
And then the other day, here we are. Now, we talk about this, and then I want to hear your excuse now. Who's bringing the ball up to court? LeBron. Come on. True Holiday and LeBron are your 2 guards.
Christian
What the
Leitner
heck
in
is wrong with
93
that?
averaged 18 and 9. Derek White in his life has never averaged 18 points in a game.
He don't have to.
Nope, he hadn't. Christian Leitner's rookie year had better than Derek White's
He don't
career.
have to.
But no, you just said Derek White's better than Christian Leitner.
Give me the best team that Christian Leitner was ever on.
The Dream Team. 2 Duke teams. The 2 Duke teams with Grant
We're
Hill.
talking NBA.
Okay, you don't think Grant Hill could compete with this team right now with Drew Holiday? And you don't think Grant Hill could compete with Drew Holiday?
Grant Hill's good.
And who's Derek White? So Derek White and Drew Holiday's beating Grant Hill and Christian Leitner.
Grant Hill was way better than Christian Leitner.
That's where we're at. I know Grant Hill's better than anybody on the Dream Team right now.
Sounds like Terry picked the roster for this team.
I never picked
Well,
the
left
roster for this team.
Jalen Brown off though. I don't think.
Yeah.
I get
White. All right. Anyway, they're not going to win gold. Just get ready for it, boys. Jokic or somebody like that.
They do not look good.
And you know what? Because the international basketball is so much more fundamentally sound than our basketball, because we got daddies just writing checks to AAU, and they're not really teaching them basketball. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, when you watch, as much as I hate to say it because I hate Europe, but when you watch their players play, they're fundamentally sound.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like our players are not. Our players are like, what's my next Instagram reel highlight?
Well, and
it's a different mentality.
I want to tell you what I think about this team. When I'm watching them play, I think it's every guy that's out there is wanting to make the other guy look good. Like Steph Curry, you need to take the shot, and he passes it up to give it over here into a corner to Derek White. And I'm like, why are you passing up the shot to give it to Derek White? I mean, I'm sitting here like, don't make him look good when you should be taking the shot.
Well, Derek White is better than Christian Leitner. I
well,
mean, why
is.
would you give it to Christian Leitner? I mean, that'd be silly, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Terrible. It was terrible.
I initially made I initially agreed with Terry too. I'm starting to second guess my Derek White over Christian Leitner assessment.
Well, Joe Embiid was talking about them doubling him, and he said he would get to the free throw line every time. So he doesn't even think he's going to score. Like
that's what I'm saying.
But he just wants to get to the free throw line. Is all he
just give me the ball, y'all.
At least he can shoot free throws. But like I'm just saying, as a coach, and I'm looking over on the bench, I got Steph Curry, Devin here.
Devin Booker.
This is what
he's not even looking good.
He can shoot though. So
no, that was what hurt me at South Sudan. They were 1 of 12 of their first 3-point attempts.
I got these guys.
1 of 13, excuse me.
And look over down. Look at this crackhead in the corner over here. What? Is that Lamar Odom? What are we about? Come on.
I don't understand. So he replaced
He's 30
Kawhi.
years old.
He replaced Kawhi when Kawhi was taken off. Why did they not put Jalen Brown on the team? I don't understand that.
I think it's got something to do with Jaylen Brown. Maybe didn't want to play or something. I don't know.
No, Jalen said he did. Derek White and Drew Holiday sitting there on that team, and Jaylen Brown did. Finals MVP is not.
Well, now I would say that. I'm the first one to tell you Brown should have went in front of Derek White. But when I look at Derek White, you have to think defense. That's the only reason he's on this team.
Do you? Okay.
Because for last year, they would have never been a Game 7 if it wasn't for Derek White.
Oh,
Lord. When they played Miami.
Do you remember Mark Few is an assistant coach on that team? Wow.
Tyronn Lue and Spoelstra.
I mean, Spoelstra, I understand. Lou, Mark Few, wow.
There's your coaches for Team USA. All right, so I got some more Olympic stuff I want to go through. I didn't really wasn't going to get to the basketball yet, but that's really where we
This team is good, though, if they play at their potential, and none of them are playing at their potential.
Let me look up the team. Let's look, what are the?
How bad do you think they're missing Durant right now? Do you think Durant? I mean,
none.
Really?
None, because I think every one of them's trying to make the other player look good.
You just said Steph Curry passed to Derek White. He
did,
and they don't miss Kevin Durant.
They don't miss Kevin Durant.
He just paid. If Steph Curry has to pass the basketball to Derek White, and you can't sit there and say
I'm going through this
don't miss Kevin Durant.
Before I get to the championship, and I got to keep Kevin Durant sitting over here on a bench. Durant, get in the game. Maybe you shouldn't have went.
Oh goodness! Here, let's see the odds of basketball. I don't know who's supposed to be their main competition.
I know Canada's supposed to.
Canada is actually.
Canada's pretty good.
Canada's supposed to be.
France actually is pretty good. Wemby's on France.
South Sudan's good. Germany's good. Let's just name them all because they're all playing with the United States.
Yeah, that's
there's your odds. United States is the favorite, then Canada, France and Serbia, Germany, Greece, Australia, Spain, South Sudan, then Puerto Rico, Brazil, and Japan.
Don't they play South Sudan again when they get into
They better hope not.
I think they do. I think that's the second
I might go to my ESPN bet and put $1,000 on Canada.
What happened? I don't know. There we go. Lost power on our screen there. JP probably touched something there.
I really tell you the truth.
He's been looking up Plagueis.
That we are going to have a hard time of beating Canada, France, or Serbia.
Who's on
any of them?
I'm going to ESPN bet right now.
I got to see who's on the Canadian basketball team.
You can't bet on our show.
I would ask Terry.
It's legal now.
Do it after.
It's legal.
Dude,
Calvin's going to deduct your pay.
No, he wouldn't.
Not if you win. Not if you win.
Let's look at this year's roster. Does Canada have? Where's their roster? Canada basketball.
They've got SGA on their team.
Team Canada. Let's go men. All right. See how many people Terry knows on this one.
Wait a minute. Wait, is Jokic's team in the Olympics?
Serbia's. Yeah,
Serbia.
Yes.
That's right, Serbia. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here's your Canadians.
They're the fourth. They're favored fourth.
They're not bad. I mean, look at them. The whole team's not bad.
Yeah.
So they got R.J. Barrett, Lou Dort, Dylan Brooks, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Kelly Olynyk, Dwight Powell.
They don't have a lot of depth. Is what is the knock against them.
Yeah, they can go 5 deep.
Even looking at our
maybe
roster,
6.
We should smoke them.
Yeah,
you should.
We should smoke them all.
Yeah, you should.
Until you play a center, because we you got to trust Embiid down there. But I mean,
we got Anthony. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. We're letting the faces, the icons of the NBA for the past 10, 15 years start. Steph, LeBron, Embiid. But our second unit's better than our first unit. Our second unit right now is Halliburton, Ant, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis has far outperformed Joel Embiid so far right now.
Here's an Olympic memory. See if you guys remember this one. Tom and Terry might. I don't know if me and Chip's old enough. 1988. The Olympics had to stop releasing live doves because
that was Calgary
in the Seoul Games. The peace doves were lit on fire, Terry. They had fried chicken. I guess we don't know what they're saying on that one, but that's the they're gonna light it up here in a second. Terry, you remember this? Did you see this?
I do not remember this.
The doves were flying around, and then now they're going to light the torch for the people on the
That is
radio.
so dumb.
And the doves are now landing on the big giant torch while it's getting.
What the
heck? Great job.
It's kind of the doves' fault. They could have landed anywhere.
I mean,
they landed
look
on the
at that.
cauldron.
Where was it? 88? Where was it?
Burnt the crap out of them.
Yeah, Pete is not going to allow them to get another Olympics.
So, yeah, that was not that was not good. Let's see. There's LeBron. That was a funny one. I'll find a couple more Olympic ones. We'll get back to some of the basketball here in a second. We'll take a break and do NBA. Olympic soccer. Tom?
Yeah, the U.S. got beat 3-0.
Well, I was going to I got to read some stats for you.
Oh, no.
On how good our Olympic soccer program has been.
Terrible. I mean, they're just terrible.
Men's?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Are y'all ready for this?
Our men's is not good.
Thomas, if you can guess, what's the best finish men's soccer has ever had?
In the Olympics?
Yes.
Probably like 6th or 7th.
No,
I think it's better than that. I'd say it's 4th.
Terry's closer.
They won a bronze?
Silver, baby.
Really?
Oh, really?
Silver medalist.
Darn, when was this?
When?
1904.
Okay.
Yeah.
Babe Ruth's
Okay.
rookie year.
I remember it's like some
Now, he was
stupid.
still in boarding school.
Yeah,
then,
he
wasn't
was.
he?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Here's a neat stat though on that though, Tom. Only 3 teams entered the 04 Olympics. 2 of them are from the U.S.
That's awful.
Wow.
That is terrible.
That's the United States.
And we
Olympic
cannot
soccer.
even win it.
Silver and gold. A 2 out of 3 chance of winning gold, and got silver and bronze.
That is so bad. That is so bad.
At least they won silver though. 120 years ago.
Oh, man.
Oh, let's see.
Who did we get beat by?
It did. It didn't say, but let's type in
We got beat 3 to
1904
0.
gold medal.
1904 soccer gold medal.
Canada?
Football. I gotta read this. Canada. Yeah, that's it.
Canada.
We were the only participants. Canada, and we lost to the Canadians, Tom.
Wow.
It's bad enough. We couldn't win gold out of 2 out of 3, Terry. We lost the Canadians.
Have nothing to say.
We're about to lose to them in basketball if we're not careful. Let's see if I got some more Olympic stuff here before we get on. I got plenty of golf. Got some NASCAR today.
Are we doing all of our Olympics right now?
Yeah, we're talking
All right.
Olympics right now.
Can I read this right now?
Sure.
All right. This is
Real quick, you do know our U.S. Open champion is not in the Olympics
I do.
representing us.
Yes, I do. He's not one of the top 4 ranked United States players in the official.
Shouldn't that be like an automatic qualifier?
U.S. Open.
How many golfers are on the Olympic team? I don't know. I have no idea.
The most you can have. So each country can normally picks 2. You can have up to 4.
Oh, okay.
If those 4 in the top 15 in the official world golf rankings. So
This is what I would do. Automatic qualifiers, Tom. Last
If
4
you win a
US
major?
Open
Yeah,
winners.
you're
U.S.
opens.
Open winners.
Yeah.
Kevin, that makes too much sense.
I'm sorry. We got to have votes. We got to have Bear Bryant vote.
Unless
on
the
this
guy
to get
won
him
3 out of 4 of them, then you vote. The next one's in. But if you got 4 different winners, I think it should be them 4.
I wouldn't go back 4 years because I mean a golfer you can.
All you got to do is go back a year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I
We
mean,
only
this
get
year,
2.
this year
I mean,
I'll be okay. But I mean, but we've got a decent Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, who are each of those guys won a major this year. Schauffele's won 2. We can get to that in a little bit. Colin Morikawa and the one actually your U.S. Open winner from last year, Wyndham Clark. He is the 4th guy. So I mean, it's. And I would almost, and he's not in good form. I would say DeChambeau should be playing more than Wyndham Clark should be right now. I want to read this real quick. We can get back to golf here in a minute. This is a quote, and I want to say this is either Simone Biles' coach or Simone Biles' or one of the USA coaches. I had a conversation with Cecile already. That's somebody in Simone Biles' camp, talking about the team finals and what the expectation on Simone is. If she doesn't feel like it's going to be in her best interest to do all 4 events that day, is that an option for her? And I said, absolutely. Okay. Now, I want to set aside 4 years ago. If the reason that she backed out 4 years ago is for her safety and that she had what they call the twisties and she didn't know up from down when she was in the air. If it's a safety issue, that's fine. I'm not going to bring 4 years ago into this. I'm going to keep that a completely separate issue. You're on that team. You're the GOAT. You claim to be the GOAT. You take all the accolades of being the GOAT, and you are the best we have in all 4 events. You ask any, and look, I want to make sure and say this correctly because I'm sure we have a very large gymnastics conglomerate that listens to us on Saturday mornings. Mm-hmm. But if you've got, she is, even her weakest event, I think the uneven bars is her quote-unquote weakest event, she is still our best in the uneven bars, or one of our 2 best in the uneven bars. I'm sorry. You qualified for the Olympics. You're out there. You're saying you're the GOAT. You're saying, and you lean into that. You're going to choose what's in your best interest, whether you do compete in 3 events versus all 4 events for the team. No, I'm sorry. You're on this team. If you're going to compete, now, again, 4 years ago, it was a safety issue. I understand that. That had nothing to do with this. You're on this team. Your best interest is irrelevant right now unless it's a safety issue. You need to be doing what's in the team's best interest. You competing in all 4 events gives this team the best chance for gold.
I agree.
That's the old mentality.
It is because I think our Team USA basketball roster proves it. You got to hire defensive guys because the guys making $30 million ain't gonna hustle or stick out and ain't gonna stick their hand out and break a finger.
That was before the "it's all about me" Instagram society we live in now. That's the problem. It's all about me. It's all about what I want to do.
I don't dismiss or disagree. She is the greatest gymnast of all time. She is, and she can probably solidify that even further this year. She probably will anyway, even if she does only 3 events. But I'm sorry, that is not a GOAT mentality. It's just not.
All right, we got a lot more to talk about today. We got NBA, some more. We're gonna come back and touch on that a little bit. And then we've got a bunch of baseball, a bunch of golf, a bunch of football, a little bit of football coming up the next few weeks here, guys. It's football season. Mm-hmm. This was the last Thursday until February. There will not be football on television. If anyone's keep taking notes there. Let's see if I have anything else to go before we go to break. The only thing I did have is kind of not sports related, but I want to have, let's see, Tom do the play-by-play of here, this award ceremony as we
do the play-by-play
as we go to break. As we go to break here. We'll be back in a minute here on KTC. This is an award ceremony. And this lady is Tom. Just tell what happens here. Let's see if you can figure. I'm gonna switch over.
I was expecting sports, but okay.
Here we go.
This. Blowing kisses to the crowd, and crowd returning those kisses, and a confused spectator looks on. Are you awake?
Wait a minute. Did you see who she was blowing kisses to?
I don't do celebrities.
Oh gosh,
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder. Okay.
How does he know that she's blowing her and blowing him kisses?
You explain this one, Terry?
She's probably. I'm sure that.
That look.
Ain't nothing you can say, buddy.
He's got the same look at you does.
Yeah.
Terry does look. There's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Terry.
That's it.
Tom, have you never seen the Shaq story about Stevie Wonder?
No.
That one is hilarious. Let's see if I.
Was you trying to say Stevie Wonder can really see?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the conspiracy.
That's the gag.
That's it.
All right. Well, you saw her whisper, blow a kiss or whatever.
Okay. Here is
what she said.
Here is Shaq. But hey, go ahead.
A lip reader.
Hit the button. Got it.
Come on, man. No.
All right, turn it up.
It is.
Let's see. Wonder why that's so low. Let's see. We'll turn that up. Oh, that one's the low one. Okay. I knew something was low.
There we go.
I know the story. He's got to tell it. He's got to tell it, Ernie. I know the story. He told me he's got to tell a story.
All right,
he's got to tell a story.
It's a true story.
It's
a true story. So,
according to Shaq,
we lived in the building on Wilshire. So you park your car under the valet's down there. So I'm already in the building. I'm coming through the lobby. Door opens. It's Stevie Wonder. He comes in, says, "What's up, Shaq?" Presses the button. Hold on, it's true story. Presses the button, gets off on the floor, buys stuff, goes to his room. I went and called every person I knew and told the story. They believe me. No, bro, he got on the elevator. He's like, "What's up, Shaq? How you doing, big dog?" You know what I mean? Yes, he did. Yep. Wilshire Boulevard. You're not going to believe me. Come on, man. No,
Stevie Wonder can see. We'll be right back. KDCBroadcasting.com.
The Yamaha Get Out and Ride sales event is underway at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get 3.9% APR financing and up to $3,500 cash with approved credit for qualified buyers. But that's not all. Suzuki Fest is underway with 2.9% APR financing for 36 months for qualified buyers. And get the hottest ride of the summer with the Yamaha Slingshot with no money down or 5.99% APR financing for qualified buyers or $1,000 in customer cash. Come in for the details at Full Throttle Power Sports, 101 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
The 7th Inning Stretch Festival is now the American Legion World Series Festival, and it returns larger, louder, and longer than ever before with a bigger-than-ever kids zone, with amusement rides and inflatables, free face painting, balloon twisting, and more, and it's all free. It's August 10th from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. There will be a car show and local music starting at 1. Cooper Allen takes the stage at 7 p.m., followed by country music star Greg Morgan.
I'm the son of a third-generation farmer, the Redneck Yacht Club.
For more information, go to alwsfestival.us. Hospice Cleveland County now has a new name, Via Health Partners. It's a new name, but still the same exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top priority, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever the patient calls home. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice Cleveland County, is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting the website at viahp.org. Again, that's viahp.org. That's Via Health Partners. It's time to get ready for the 2024 American Legion Baseball World Series. Coming to Veterans Field, Keeter Stadium, August 15th through the 20th. Look for special days and activities during this year's special event. This year marks the 97th year of American Legion Baseball. To check news releases and special announcements, go to alws.us. Don't miss this year's American Legion Baseball World Series, August 15th through the 20th. For more information, call 704-466-3103. Plumbing problems can drive you plumb crazy. Not anymore. Use your head. Call Olmsted to take care of all of your plumbing needs. Olmsted Plumbing has been serving this area since 1973. That's over 50 years. Plumbing problems can happen anytime, and anytime is not a good time. From slow toilets to leaky pipes to clogged drains, Olmsted Plumbing can do it all. Just call 828-245-7302 or visit the website at olmstedplumbing.com. Like we said, use your head. Call Olmsted. Olmsted Plumbing, you'll be glad you did.
Make this the summer of Dodge at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincolnton. Lease a new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT for $427 per month for 24 months. $39.99 due at signing. No security deposit required. Lease payment term is factored in. A $6,500 EV incentive provided by the lender. Come in for all the details. Make this the summer of Dodge at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincolnton.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin in the game.
That's all you got
That's
for us?
all I got.
You didn't even look up the Olympic gold medal odds?
No, I'm watching some highlights. But
Well, I just took Serbia in the points today.
How many points you get? 18?
12.
12. I don't
12
blame
and a
you.
half.
I don't blame you.
Degenerate
I
gamblers.
absolutely do not blame you. What time's that
Doesn't
game?
Jokic play for Serbia?
Yes.
I took the points.
I do
Even
not
though he
blame
doesn't even want to play,
Yeah.
he'd rather ride his horse. Just keep it under 12 today.
Here's
Hey,
your
gotta do.
Olympic, real quick. Tennis. odds for JP since he's the tennis fan. Carlos Alcaraz. Oh, it's not Alcatraz.
No, not the prison.
I didn't quite keep my eyes on
There's
it.
no T there.
Carlos Alcaraz is
Isn't he the guy that just won Wimbledon?
He is the next generation.
Is the favorite.
He's
Spaniard.
Yes.
Yeah, they're always good.
Djokovic is second. Then how do you pronounce the third one there, JP?
He don't know.
He can't see it. There you go.
Alexander
Zverev.
Zverev.
Rafael Nadal's fourth.
Nadal's fourth.
Nadal's past his prime.
I know.
Tipsis is that just basically means one of those top 3 people.
Hey, JP, but JP, seriously though, for tennis in terms of doubles, you ought to tune in for the Spanish team because Nadal and Alcaraz are going to be teamed up together. That'll be fun.
I will watch. Is that the entire field?
No. That's not everybody.
Okay,
that's not everybody.
I'll check it on a women's doubles competition.
Does the United States have anybody? We don't have anybody in a tennis competition.
What sport?
Tennis.
Tennis. We don't have a tennis player. Well, put LeBron out there. I mean, LeBron would probably win it, right? Just put him out there. I mean,
I don't.
He could probably go shoulder the guy. In
How
between matches
many could we send
and win the match?
Does anybody know to the tennis?
I don't think there's any limit. You got to qualify. Every.
I mean, Telefino, he's not bad. I mean, do we not have anybody from the United States?
Somehow.
No.
I mean,
I'm sure we've got.
Terry, I just showed you we couldn't come in first in a 2 out of 3 soccer competition.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Where's our tennis players at?
We're just terrible.
Yeah, since Federer and all them, well, he wasn't ours neither.
No, he ain't ours.
No, that's what I'm saying. Getting ready to say he's not ours.
Well, I mean, our women's tennis is where it's at because I mean, heck, one of our women's tennis carried the flag with LeBron yesterday. Coco Gauff.
So,
how do we not have a tennis player?
That's
insane.
We do.
He keeps strolling down.
Hey, Johnny Mac's still alive.
Taylor Fritz.
He's not German.
He's ranked 11th. Tommy Paul.
We steal him from Germany.
Ranked 13th.
Melting pot.
No,
Chris
citizenship.
Chris Eubanks. He's okay. Yeah, he's ranked 128th. Marcus Giron.
My God, how long are they playing? 6 weeks.
Rajiv Ram. He's doubles. So yeah, and then Austin Crackerjack.
So if you've ever been on the internet or real quick, 2 things. Amazon buys the rights to the NBA basketball.
Mm-hmm.
TNT matched, but somehow it didn't count.
What happened there?
So
Did they really match it though?
I don't know. Somehow Amazon keeps it. Barkley, with his contract, is supposed to be signed through it, so he's talking about he'll look for a new job if NBC won't pay him what he's owed.
Well, did you see Warner? They filed a suit against the NBA because they're saying that they're breaching their contract. So this is officially getting ugly.
What? Yeah, we'll see.
How about putting it on something everybody can see?
Well, they're not.
That's the problem.
They don't
then you
care
have to
about
buy
that at
into
all.
this,
They
and
don't
you
care
have to
about
buy
that.
into that.
That's what they want, Terry. That's what they want.
Well, that's how you lose people. But it's not going to hurt them because Amazon's going to pay them all the money.
I mean, they're getting like $70 billion over.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the reason I know a lot of people. Don't get me wrong. And this, to me, is this how I hate stuff because a lot of people, some people don't afford cable and don't afford Roku and all these other things that you can get to be on your television. And they've got regular television. Well, the only thing they see is what's on Channel 3, what's on 18, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they don't see a lot of these games. The only time they can ever catch it is if they turn on a radio and it's a NFL Network or something that they catch on to, And I'm starting to get aggravated with this because this stuff changing to Amazon and all these other. What's this all about? Quit doing this.
The racing's really aggravating, because it's just, and race fans will tell you, you'll sit there and it'll be NBC, Universal, whatever it's on .com, whatever, and then on regular NBC they'll have figure skating, or who knows what, and you're just like, really, like this isn't what. People, you can't tell me there's more people sitting there or want to watch that figure skating.
Well, I'm sitting here getting tired.
I know not Olympics. I'm just talking about during the regular.
I mean, and I don't mean this in no bad way, but so don't take this in a bad way. But when I get my channels and I'm listening to Spanish network stuff, because don't get me wrong, I know some, not all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't need that as part of my program.
I signed
You
up.
know,
This is
but
your.
that's on my program.
I do got good
and
news
I know
here, though.
it's on the opposite side too. They don't need English. So why do they have the English part? I mean, let's sign up and get what you want
Yeah,
instead of
you
having
should
all
be able
these
to customize
channels
it.
that I do not need.
Well, years ago when I signed up, and I won't name the cable, although anybody in this area can probably figure it out. I signed up for cable, and I signed up for a package where you could customize 3 or 4 channels added to your plan. Yep. And I specifically told the guy on the phone the channel I chose the Yes Network because I wanted to watch the Yankees, and he knew that. So I get to the first game after the first game the Yankees are playing, they're blacked out of our region. I couldn't even watch them. I was furious.
And I'm tired of this stuff going. I mean, tell me somebody who's under $200.
Yeah.
I mean, my Lord, don't make me a car payment
or
a truck payment to watch it.
YouTube $70 a month, I think.
We do have good news.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Feed me. The theme song.
NBA on NBC is back. So NBC is back. Your song is back. Basketball is back for Sundays. And those are some of the other details as far as the schedules.
Is Marv coming back?
Yes! Oh, Papa.
You can't mention Marv and the word back in the same
Oh,
sentence.
my fault.
In a legal sense.
Jordan,
without
for 3.
mentioning his past transgressions there, fellas.
Here's and to Tom's infinite point about money being the money talks louder than anything else. NBA was not accepting Warner Brothers Discovery's $1.8 billion per year offer to continue its longtime relationship. $1.8 billion per year. The media rights deal was approved by the league's board of governors last week and will bring the league about $76 billion over 11 years. So, yeah, money talks.
Yeah.
And that is a pretty significant difference.
Big news on the Twitter sphere this week is the big argument is let's say Isaiah Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good basketball player, Terry.
Yeah, decent.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's a Celtics fan. Tom, pretty good basketball player.
Yep.
Mount Rushmore of point guards.
He didn't make the dream team.
Mount Rushmore of point guards.
There's reasons for that.
No.
He's in the running. He's in the discussion.
Yeah,
at
he'll be
least.
in the discussion,
He's in the
but
discussion
he wouldn't
at
make
least.
my Mount Rushmore.
I want to hear Terry's. Because of it ain't.
Yeah, what is your Mount Rushmore?
Because I'm going to give you what everyone else says is Magic, Oscar, Steph, and Isaiah. Who's coming off?
I don't.
Who's coming off? Not one of those 4.
I don't know if I'm. I don't know if I'm ready to put Steph in the top 4.
What?
I don't know if I'm ready to put Steph in the top 4. Over shooting wise, of course, but
He's got 4 championships, Chip.
yeah, but you can't rate that against Stockton played in Jordan's era.
Stockton wasn't even the best player on his own team.
Yeah, he's got one of the top power forwards in the game. That's like saying Scottie Pippen wasn't the best player on his team.
You're right. So that means
he's still an all-time small forward.
I didn't take
3.
one off.
I know you took Isaiah off.
Yeah, he come off
because you don't like him.
Stockton went on.
You're worse.
That's simple.
I mean, you still got,
Y'all are so stupid.
Hey, if we're going to talk about championships, you need to talk about Bob Cousy.
Under no circumstance is John Stockton better than Come on, guys. Isaiah Thomas was freaking ridiculous.
He was
man,
good.
Everything. He was good. I told
He
him
was
he'd
phenomenal.
be in there,
He
but
was-
he wouldn't be
he's
in
in
my
the-
top 4.
I do. Magic and Oscar are on the Mount
Oh,
Rushmore.
yeah.
They're
first and second.
yeah, they're
Magic
cemented.
to me is number 1. Oscar would be second.
And I flipped that. I actually, and I'm in the minority. I know. I like Oscar.
So
his
the 4
triple-double
I
did.
Stockton lead the NBA in
assist
Yes.
and steals.
Yeah,
Yes.
assist and steals. So
Correct.
Yeah.
So you got the all-time assist leader, all-time steals leader, which is what a point guard is supposed to do, but he's not on your Mount Rushmore.
Well,
that would be my point.
I
That
yield.
would be my point.
A point-
What is a point guard supposed to do?
Lead
Shoot?
their team to a
Shoot?
championship.
No, wait. No, we had this conversation a few weeks ago. Yeah.
No, I said that's what they're supposed to do.
But no, you said
a point guard is supposed to lead.
Apparently not, because
no,
most.
No, that's not what I say. I said leading scoring. Y'all are totally misinterpreting what I'm saying. The point guard, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, and Isaiah are the three that I named. Are the only 3 point guards in NBA history to lead their team in scoring in a season in which they won a championship. It's only happened 3 times.
Okay.
The point is they shouldn't be leading their team in scoring because Isaiah did it once of his 2 championships. Joe Dumars did the other.
Yeah.
So it's not just that it wasn't revolving around, but the fact of the matter is Isaiah was the best player on a team that won 2 championships and was the point guard. John Stockton was the second best player on a team that got beat in 2 championships. That's the difference to me.
By Michael Jordan.
I was getting ready to
by
say.
the GOAT.
Okay, right. But who did Isaiah beat to get his championships?
Michael Jordan.
Thank you. So Isaiah beat Jordan.
In his early
won the
years.
championship.
In his early years.
Careers, yeah.
That's fine, guys. I'm the biggest Jordan fan ever. But and I like Stockton, but he's not better than Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas is just.
It was only kind of Lambeer and Rodman and everybody else was beating
Okay,
Jordan.
time out. No,
to death.
let's, all right, let's switch. Let's switch them, Tom. Isaiah and Stockton switches teams. Do the Pistons win 2 championships in the 80s over Jordan?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's an earlier form of Jordan, though,
Terry.
Kevin.
That's a
Kevin.
good-
It's earlier.
That's not
It's
prime.
earlier.
Why didn't?
It's
why
not
did-
prime
no,
Jordan.
Why didn't Stockton and Malone win the championship then when Jordan was young? They didn't make it till they were 37 years old.
They didn't have Ostertag yet.
They didn't make it till they were 37 years old.
They didn't have Brian Russell to shut Jordan down.
Yeah.
They didn't make it until they were almost 40 years old. We're not talking like
No, it's good. Like Kevin pulls these historical things, and you sort of got to research it before you would argue. That's kind of the way we teach
the
it.
whole
It's
reason.
almost,
Yeah.
it's almost like
if you put Isaiah with Karl Malone instead of Stockton, they would have been better.
Yeah, probably.
They might have.
Of course, Isaiah wasn't real big like Stockton wasn't.
Yeah,
real big.
they're
Both
it's
of 'em
very
was,
different
yeah.
style of game, and
Yeah.
that's what makes the
But
debate
neither
so interesting.
one of them was real big.
No, they were tiny.
you
But
could
here's
say
the
the same
thing.
But,
thing
hey,
of the
No, here's-
NFL
but the
when
thing about
Buffalo made it.
but the
If Buffalo didn't have to play the NFC East, they might have won something.
Here's why the Pistons, it wouldn't have. Stockton's job is to feed other people in scoring. We all agree with this, right? Isaiah's job was to be the leading scorer, the second leading scorer on the
Stockton
team.
was a decent scorer in himself.
Thank you, Chip. He was still the third leading scorer on the team. If you put him on Detroit's team, who's he feeding? Where are you getting those extra 5 to 10 points from? That's the problem. Is that when you put him, if you switch those two, like I said, if you switched them, and you guys are video gaming it, well, Stockton's a good passer. Well, yeah, he can pass it to Rodman all he wants to, but I'd rather have Isaiah shooting it than Rodman.
Stockton would turn Rodman into an offensive.
Oh my God.
Into an offensive force.
Anyway, the point of this was to say how good Isaiah was, and y'all are just.
I will say Isaiah is more than decent.
The point of this is to get you to agree with Kevin, and if you don't, the conversation went forward.
Well, if y'all can't agree that Isaiah's on the Mount Rushmore, then the rest of the conversation, I had like 10 things.
When did
over
I
here.
ever say he should? I'm just saying that it's tough. It's tough because you got the all-time leader in steals.
Why would Oscar Robertson be
and-
on it over than him then? If we're going to argue steals and assists,
If
why
we're
would
gonna
Robertson
argue
be?
this-
Because Russell Westbrook had way more triple-double seasons than Robertson did.
If we're going to argue
So bye-bye
this,
Robertson. It's Russell Westbrook
then-
replaces Robertson. Isaiah replaces because he's got more assists than
I
championships.
think
than
anybody
Isaiah.
would argue though, watching Oscar Robertson versus watching Russell Westbrook's two different things.
Yeah, Russell Robertson can't do the same things Russell Westbrook can.
Vice versa.
What can Oscar Robertson do that Russell Westbrook couldn't?
Win a championship.
Who was on Oscar Roberts' team when he won a championship?
Kareem.
Thank you.
Or Lou Alcindor.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That helps out.
Thank you.
That's useful.
all I know is Isaiah Thomas didn't make the dream team, but Christian Leitner did.
That is true.
That's all right. But Derek White should have been on there originally.
There you go.
Derek. I hate talking. All right, so anyway, so Isaiah was on the internet talking, and he said Lou Williams said LeBron, and if you put him in 1975, would win 15 straight championships. Isaiah responded, I find it comical and laughable how some, but not all people, think this is the first generation of basketball players who could run and jump. I'm not sure he would be the best athlete in 1975. And that just pissed off the world. Now, my thing with this is that they argue evolution. Evolution. This is how it works, Tom. Apparently, Anna's a better athlete than you. She can jump higher and run faster than you, can't she? Can she dunk a basketball? I am shorter than my father. I thought evolution, everybody got bigger, faster, stronger. LeBron James' son is in the freaking league.
Such as it is.
So you tell me evolution is being born 20 years later means you're a bigger, faster, stronger basketball player. But LeBron's actual kid, who he made, is not bigger, faster, and stronger than him.
Are we sure it's his kid?
Well, neither one of his kids. None of Jordan's kids are as big as him. None of these guys'
Anthony
kids,
Edwards is close.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards, except Anthony Edwards. Yeah. But none of these other guys' kids are as big as them.
Well,
will you tell me that but
Kevin,
again, we're not talking on 12-foot goals.
What I'm saying is the exercise and nutrition science has evolved, not necessarily the people.
Yeah.
And back then, I think that you had just more natural ability. You know what I mean? Like those guys just had natural ability. They didn't have the exercise science, the nutritional science, the surgeries to repair your injuries and things like
This is my there's my reference. That's yes.
The whole term and the whole measuring of vertical leap began, I think, with David Thompson. He vaulted off the ground, exploded off the ground. 44 inches was a lot. It still is a lot. You can tell when he was there on above you, he surprised you.
David could jump higher than Julius, but David had smaller hands. Julius was the glider. David was the leaper.
The legend was I could take a quarter off and leave 2 dimes in a nickel. I didn't quite have that much hang time, but I could get the top of the backboards.
I grew up in North Carolina. I was 11 years old.
He said I didn't have that much hang time, but I could grab the top of the backboard.
And I was an anti-Carolina guy. I hated UNC. And here I ended up at UNC. But I was in love with David Thompson. Not just for the game of basketball, but in terms of what he represented. You know, we all, as Vivian said, we go through our trials and tribulations. And he did. And I was inspired by him. And when I called him and asked him to stand up for me, I know I shocked the shit out of him.
That's Michael Jordan talking about David Thompson. We're talking about old leapers. I'm going to go through a couple of these. There was a picture that I needed to find of Lou Alcindor blocking a shot, and his head was above the rim. And average height back then, again, we've went over this. I can't find the website. I think they hid it on the internet since we started pulling it out, and LeBron fans started figuring out that it is an evolution. Average height in the NBA for the history of the NBA has been 6'7". It hasn't changed. It has actually went down like a half an inch for a few years, last 10, 15 years, but it come back up to 6'7", where it's at. Now, the weight is the difference, Tom. You was talking about the nutrition.
Exercise,
the average weight today is 10 more pounds. That's it. Now, with all that said, how many teams have a Shaq on their team? How many teams have Yao Ming on their team? I didn't know that every point guard in the NBA was 6'8" and could jump higher than Michael Jordan, because evolution tells me he was born in 1960 whatever, and he could jump 48 inches. So every player today at point guard is 6'6" and jumping 48 inches. That's what they tell me. That's their argument today. But then you say, well, Lou Alcindor, who's more athletic than Wilt Chamberlain?
I think him and LeBron are they're like in their own, and they're their own. They're in their own categories.
But you got to remember, they let LeBron literally run over people.
Correct.
When they don't let other people foul. I mean, that's the thing. He can run over somebody and not get a foul called. So I think that if you played it fairly, like if you call the legitimate fouls on him, but call the offensive fouls on LeBron.
Like when he goes into the Olympics and he wins bronze because they're actually calling real fouls and real traveling and carrying and all that other stuff in FIBA.
And let's talk about the what's not discussed very much in terms of LeBron's quote unquote nutrition. You know, what all is he doing to keep his body in the shape?
You're right.
In the shape it's in. You know,
much better today.
We've heard the stories about the quote unquote supplements that he's using to try, and that's never been
I just
substantiated.
don't get why people act like Dr. J and Dominique freaking Wilkins didn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how could you could almost make the argument he's the best athlete that's ever played in the NBA.
Yep.
Like Sean Kemp.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Like the argument and that people to me basketball and Terry, I think you agree with me, is that the good players are good and they're going to play in any era. And maybe you can have and Tom and Chip, let's say the JJ Redicks of the world that make the rosters now, maybe they'd make the rosters. If they're still not starting, he's still not. That's what Jerry West was like. Who's JJ Redick? Jerry West does not want to hear nothing from JJ Redick. Him talking about the guys he used to play with. The goals aren't 12-foot goals. We're not jumping. What changed was Steph Curry. When LeBron was in the league, everyone went to small forwards and shooting guards. Who's the best dunker ever? Vince Carter. He's been retired for how many years?
Yeah.
But everybody's more athletic today. But what changed was Steph Curry shooting threes and everyone trying to do that. And nobody can do that. And everyone's tried to do that. And that's why the game changed. Everybody trying to shoot threes and do the math with it. And nobody could. Nobody has. Kawhi, Durant, who always won championships with Dirk won over LeBron. Yeah. Pretty much everybody in the league's won one. And everybody trying to shoot the threes that Curry in them. That's what changed. Everybody trying to shoot threes.
They put you in categories. That's like me when I think of Curry, I think of who in the NBA can play with him. Damian Lillard. You can't name another guy on that same level that can fire from anywhere and hit it consistently. If you want to step down and go to Klay Thompson, Ray Allen. I mean, you could start naming people who can shoot the threes, but not in the Curry, Lillard type of range.
And the problem is,
what do you think Daryl Dawkins and them would have done to LeBron when he flopped, when he came to?
What do you think Bill Laimbeer?
What do you think Charles Barkley would have said, or like you said, Laimbeer? And Rob when he came to the lane and tried to flop on some of that. Like the flop.
There would have been no flopping because he actually would have been taken out.
But it's just. We've got to stop the athletic thing.
They're using same with Terry's point about Steph.
Are they saying everybody's better than Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson now? Is that what we're saying?
They're using
Secretariat. Here's the best example ever. Has anybody broke his records?
No.
Do they not have all the drugs and training and evolution they can in horse racing and making horses that you possibly? Is that not the
only other
evolutionized sport in the world is horse racing?
Yeah, when you go Secretariat, then you name other ones. Maybe you stick a Seattle Slew or somebody like that affirmed in that same bracket. But it's hard.
You can't.
Because Secretariat was so much better.
It's Secretariat, and then the other one from the 1900s.
And we're arguing evolution with it. That should be most evident in horse racing more than anything, should it not?
It should.
Because those horses are making more horses, are they? Are they not?
Yep.
Thank you. So those horses are making more horses, but those horses they make aren't faster than them. Where's the evolution in that? Where is it? It's all bullcrap. There's only a certain thing a human being body can do.
They're using.
That's my thing. There's a limit. We're not running. Nobody's running 3.840s right now. Who's beating Usain Bolt this year?
Yeah, that's I said it. I said it 3 times.
Greg Louganis, Tom.
3 times last night when we were watching Open Ceremony. Noah Lyles, the fastest man alive. Noah Lyles is, and I'm proud of our USA team. Noah Lyles is not the fastest man alive.
They were on that. Somebody said
Usain Bolt is. I'm sorry.
Doc was 6'6". He never saw a 250 4.4 flat 40. Who runs a 4 flat 40? He's saying LeBron runs a 4 flat. Oh my gosh.
They're using LeBron. LeBron is a generational athlete. His size and speed, but they are using him to try to as an example like that. He's the average athlete. The NBA players are all like him. No, he's an outlier. Same as Wilt Chamberlain was. Same as Steph Curry is with his range. They are not the average. They do not represent the average of the NBA. That's part of the reason they're so successful. What's
his official weight? Does anybody know? Does he have an official weight? Yeah.
LeBron?
Probably about 250.
Is it that?
I
was
would
thinking
say.
like 267.
Yeah, it might be somewhere. I think mid 200s.
Basketball Reference says 6'9", 250.
250.
Google says 250.
250.
He's a big old boy.
Karl Malone,
He's
6'9", 250. He's Karl Malone with a little bit better vertical. with 4 more inches of power.
Karl Malone. But Karl Malone was a lot cooler than LeBron James.
But I said we're saying body wise, whatever. But I've always said LeBron
And
was
he's
Karl
faster.
Malone.
He'd be faster
If
than
you got
Malone.
2 phone calls today and said, "Do you want to go have a cheeseburger with LeBron James or Karl Malone?"
Karl Malone every day of the week.
Well, real quick, I've always thought,
I need to go
I've
with
always
the
thought
mailman.
LeBron was
That's right.
if Stockton and Malone had a baby, and we talk about the evolution.
Yeah.
So there's the evolution. Is he's Malone's body, but he plays like Stockton.
Yeah.
Malone's a heck of an athlete, so let's not.
No disrespect.
People remember the 37-year-old LeBron. Karl Malone was flying through the air in the 80s. The mailman.
Well,
was,
when he
was
played
all
for the
over
Lakers late in his career.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When
he was a phenomenal athlete. I don't think he's as quick as LeBron was. Or
Look,
LeBron is.
Here's Karl Malone's scoring years: 27, 29, 31, 29, 28, 27, 25, 26, 25, 27, 27. Second all-time leading scorer till LeBron passed him. Not a good person off the court, but you can look into that if you want to, Tom.
I don't know. He just seemed cool. I guess I don't know all the dirty laundry on Karl.
He impregnated a 13-year-old or 12-year-old.
That's not good.
Whoa.
I didn't know
Y'all
that.
didn't know that?
Whoa.
No,
Did not know that.
Yeah, that she said she was 17
I might not,
or 18.
I might not have that cheeseburger.
Yeah, they don't honor him anymore in Utah because of it.
Really? Oh, I didn't know about that. Well, I have to retract my.
Tom and I are stepping back.
He wants to say I want to have a beer with that guy or not.
He was cool. I always liked him.
I'm Homer Simpson backing into the hedge right now.
I didn't. You know what? Have you ever heard that, Terry? Yeah. I didn't hear that.
Now, she said she was way older than what she, told him.
Oh, okay. So
It's
she
one of those situations.
Overall,
she told
she's
him.
13.
But
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
he was a family man hanging out with his kids and all that. No? Okay. Sorry.
Last thing before we go, Miles Bridges is just such a disgrace. The Hornets signed him. This is his commenting on his situation the other day. So Miles Bridges said something. Somebody said, "Okay, abuser." He said, "I never abused anybody." They responded, "Who did this?" He said it was acne and failed lip filler.
What a guy.
He was actually arrested for acne and lip filler. That's his story, Terry. That's his story. Good job, Hornets. We'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.
The Great Gas Card Giveaway is underway. You could be the winner of up to $500 in gas cards when you register to win. The drawing will be held Friday, August 30th. Register today at Carolina Furniture Mart on North Aspen Street in Lincoln, at Ronald's Grill on East Church Street in Cherryville, at Highway 27 West Restaurant, Highway 27 west of Lincoln in Vale, at Victoria Stevens on East Warren Street in Uptown Shelby, at Parker Family Feed on Highway 18 north in Bellwood, at Moss Drug on West Wrinkle Boulevard in Gastonia, at H&M Industries on Highway 74 bypass west of Shelby, at Jumpin' Jazz on Highway 18 in downtown Boston, at Cleveland Lumber Company on Arrowwood Street in Shelby, and at GNC Grocery on Highway 182 in Lawndale. Register to win the Great Gas Card Giveaway, brought to you by What'sUpShopper.com and KTC Broadcasting. If you've been in the market for a storage building, now's the time to buy at Sheila Sheds in Cherryville or Sheila Sheds in Shelby. Right now, all in-stock Old Hickory storage buildings are 15% off, and the selection is great. All sizes for whatever your storage needs are, and you can buy, rent to own, or finance at Sheila Sheds. 2104 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby and at 2261 Lincoln Highway in Cherryville. In Shelby, call 704-406-9185 and in Cherryville, call 704-802-4610. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, 10 to 2 on Saturday. Like them on Facebook, too.
Hear that? That's your invitation to the Fuzzy Cow Frozen Yogurt Shop in downtown Cherryville. Carson and Carrie want to invite you to come by. They are now open every day except Wednesday from 12 noon till 8 p.m., closed on Wednesdays. And along with frozen yogurt, they have over-the-top milkshakes, stackers, hot and iced coffee, frappes, and a large selection of Lotus drinks. And they are now offering birthday parties. The new Fuzzy Cow Frozen Yogurt Shop, 204 East Main Street, downtown Cherryville. Like them on Facebook, too. Special during the state tournament, wear your team uniform jersey and take 10% off. Offer good for all girls and boys teams. Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville offers various mortgage options to fit your goals and budget with a dedicated mortgage loan officer to help guide you through the process. Contact Carolina Federal Credit Union today at 704-435-0186. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing, Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville can help you. Learn more at carolinafcu.org or visit their office at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville. Carolina Federal Credit Union, an equal housing lender. How would you like a pizza oven in your backyard? You can with a stop in at Innovative Pool Designs in Kings Mountain. Now you can buy a 30-inch pizza oven with wood or gas fire selections and get a free cart. Now that's a deal. A wood-fired pizza at home. And while you're there, see their selection of Coyote grills and spas. And spa financing is available with low payments and no money down with approved credit at Innovative Pool Designs in the new location, 836 East King Street in Kings Mountain. Online at ipdnc.com. Like them on Facebook too. Country Camping Corner in Kings Mountain is celebrating 40 years in business. In 2023, they were named North Carolina's #1 dealer in North Carolina. And to celebrate, they're offering big red hot deals for the summer. Come in and shop their inventory and make them an offer. That's right, make them an offer. You can save thousands of dollars, up to $10,000 or even more. Plus, financing is available. Don't wait. Someone may buy your camper. Make them an offer and save today at Country Camping Corner, 101 Oak Grove at the Highway 74 bypass intersection in Kings Mountain. Online at countrycamping.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Out with Kevin and the gang.
So we're going over how I don't know, storylines get, what's the theme that, people are getting bigger, faster, stronger. In NFL, the theme is that the scoring is always up, the offense is already evolving, and then you look at the stats, the scoring's down by 2 points. So this is Thomas Davis talking to Cam Newton, talking about how you got to have a really good offense, you got to have score all these points. He's a defender, and he's not even talking about it. Cam Newton won because of the defense running the ball, and they're ever talking about scoring all these points. So it's just weird how these thoughts or themes get spread around the league. So here's the Guardian caps we talked about a few weeks ago that they'll be wearing now. And I asked, I asked you a couple weeks. Do what, Tom?
Yeah, I've seen those.
I did ask a couple weeks. Tom, we've been playing 4D chess for 100 years now. The Browns have. We ain't got to worry about the logos looking good on our helmets. Baby, winner for the Browns. You know who else? The Bengals.
Yeah,
they'll be okay too. But Terry, does this look ridiculous?
Steelers won't be in too bad shape. At least one half of the helmet.
Like, that's one thing about football is that the helmets are supposed to look cool, and they've always looked cool. But now we're starting to figure out, is this Rydell or whoever just saying basically that they aren't safe? And why don't we just make the helmets with the extra padding to begin with? Is my extra question.
Well, you can see the numbers. Because what's Dallas going to do? Put their number in between the stars?
So here's my question: if you need that extra padding, right? Why don't they put a second shell? Over that pad.
Yep.
And put the shell over that pad, so you don't have to see the padding.
Or thicken the padding of the initial padding and just have one shell.
What are we doing? Something just doesn't make sense to this. I'm not a physicist or an engineer here, Tom. You got any ideas and thoughts? I'm like,
well, I mean, with the research,
this can't be the final project, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it's going to be an evolution of it. They're trying to make the game safer so they don't have to take even more contact out.
How many of those get ripped off?
I mean, yeah, I know. But listen to me, though. If you watch some of the reels, and it was like the NFL Today 1978, it's like on an Instagram reel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and the caption is, this entire reel shows plays that are against the rules. And it was just like guys getting turned over and like horse collared and all this stuff. It's like, all that stuff's been taken out of the game. And I get it that there are some brain injuries. These guys, and they're trying to make it safer and maintain the entertainment, because as much as we don't want to, it's the collisions that make it entertaining. In part, so we like to see that. I mean, it's just what we want to see. But at the same time, if a guy loses his mind, has brain injury from it, I mean, I get it. You want to prevent that. So if we can keep some of that. And what we like, we don't want to say that out loud, though, but we like it when a guy goes across the middle and gets grilled.
We want the physical. Well, it's going to be a physical sport. That's why it's a manly sport that men play. And real quick, Chip, the thing about it is, in my position for years has always been, it should be treated like boxing. I don't think the underage people should be playing it unless you can come up with some type of safety measures for this reason. and then when I was saying at the end, there was no extra padding on the helmets or whatever. But I used to be treated like boxing. You know, the underage boxers and everybody, they wear headgear and all that stuff. Yeah. That's fine, whatever. But once you get to NFL or whatever, Tom, I don't care about if you come over the middle and I smoke you, I don't care. I played quarterback, receiver, and safety.
I agree.
You can't separate. They're going to catch every ball, and it's going to be just nothing but craziness if you're not allowed to hit anybody.
Yeah. And I'm not allowing you to duck your head when I should take you out.
Like Cam, the quarterback shouldn't be able to duck into a penalty like that. Like when he tried to do that on Denver and they lost their minds. No, you came out the pocket. You right at some point. And I understand what it is. It's you're trying to make our barbaric, manly game
safe
for the younger generation because America does not want to get rid of high school football. Yeah. That will be the last thing that will be the end of this country. We will fight a civil war before we'll get rid of high school football. But so I think that's the fine line that we all have with the safety things. I do think people are like me and Terry, like, just let them hit each other in the NFL. Who cares? But if you want to talk to college,
especially the quarterback deal, especially when he's heading to the sideline and you think he's going to duck out, and then he turns and goes up the sideline for another 10 yards because you wouldn't hit him.
Here's another one. Just cap it. You can only play 5 years. You know. Cap it.
I mean, I was raised.
You can play to your 30.
I was raised if 1 foot's out of bounds, I can still smoke you. Don't come up my side like Terry's talking about. The quarterbacks like Cam used to do that crap all the time, and he would run up the sideline and be like, "Well, I don't want to hit him because he might hurt me if he's just got to step out of bounds." And then he would fake it and not do it. You've got to hit them or they'll run all day on.
Yeah.
And and technically in the playoffs, that's why running quarterbacks never got that far, is because they'll take that shot. There is no reason, especially when their backup's Derek Anderson. And the first time he scrambles up the sideline, I would be who was it on the Saints that got the bounty? That would be what I'd do. Play safety, somebody, backup safety. Go in there. First time Cam runs, take him out. If you get hit, you get thrown out. Who cares? Cam's out of the game now. I got Derek Anderson. But Terry, I know you're kind of on the like that. Like at some point, we got to let them hit each other.
Yeah. Well, if I was the NFL. I would have all the corners and all the safeties. That would be my overloaded place. I'd have more players there because if I lost one, I got another good one coming in. Take them out. I'm sorry. You're going to come out of this game, you're going to get fined $100,000. I'm sticking a guy in that's going to do the same thing to the next one. Eventually, them people running that ball are going to understand, get down.
I just want to play some football. I'm tired of we tagged Tom Brady and we touched this guy.
You just gave the next accusation that Trump's going to use at a rally. She's going to get rid of high school football. It's going to be good. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't get rid of high school football.
They almost got rid of football like Teddy Roosevelt's presidency.
We gave $650 million of taxpayer monies to the Teppers recently here in Charlotte. And some of the investment is coming back. Y'all see this? Excited. The Teppers and the Panthers, and there's the word they used, invested $200,000 into a cooling trailer for players at practice. The trailer is set at 20 degrees and can be used between breaks for the players.
20?
If you're looking at it on the screen, I know you folks on the radio can't see it.
20 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yes.
Look at that.
They
going right back out there in the heat.
They have two.
That's a good idea.
They have two.
Pass out.
Think how many colds you gonna have.
I think the medical people were on top of this one. Maybe.
Yeah, right.
But for the folks on the radio, let me give you a description of it. When I say single wide trailer, I don't mean like a house. I mean like a trailer that fits on the back of an 18-wheeler. So they got a cargo hold, basically. They put 2 metal high school benches in it, a stack of Gatorades, 2 trash cans, and an air conditioner.
I just pulled up an X.
And that cost $200,000 of, remember, Tepper invested your taxpayer money into this.
I just saw an outside view of this. It had Maersk on the outside of it.
And I cannot get down your aisles. To get to my Gatorades, y'all pass me one down.
I've seen high school press boxes bigger than that.
That is true.
I mean,
Burns
really.
is about to be. Bless is bigger than that. They are bragging. And this is the reporter. Like, the reporter just repeats. And this is how people do, journalists do nowadays. He just repeats it like it's magic.
Well-
the Teppers and the Panthers invested $200,000 in this cooling trailer for players.
It's a
This
joke.
trailer is set at 20 degrees. It can be used by players in breaks between action. Las Vegas and Tampa are other teams who have similar trailers. They consulted on the structure. They had to ask somebody if they could put an air condition in a trailer. Like, I'm glad I'm not a Panthers fan. Tom?
It's insane. It is pretty insane.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Taxpayer money to build a what we can tell maybe a 15 by 6 foot trailer. Like the U-Haul trailers are bigger than that. All right, so Tom, you know what the Browns have been doing in the off season? I got some video of that.
Dealing with injuries.
Nope. Important stuff. More important stuff at the stadium. They've been taking care of things at the stadium.
Well, they're talking about moving to the burbs.
Are they?
They're talking about moving out of that stadium. And I can't remember the name of the city they were going to move it to, but there's been talk in Cleveland of a new stadium.
It needs to be Akron. So this is what the Browns have been doing at their stadium, though, Tom. Okay. Brown security working on tackling a fan on the field drill. This is awesome. Every team should do this. They should all release their footage, and we should. They what they should do.
I think it'd be a deterrent.
What they should do is have them try to tackle the mascots, and then that would be the best videos ever. But this is Browns security. I don't know how well. I'll let Chip give the grade on how well they do. The guys at least got clothes on. He shook 2 people.
They need to get one of the actual defensive backs, one of the receivers for the team.
Or X ones. You know what I mean?
Practice
squad. Yes.
Can y'all not show up Sunday? Put on a little security job. Have somebody.
Have them. No.
Even put a helmet on them. I don't care.
Make it as part. Make it part of the tryouts. Make it part of their tryouts. Like if you can outrun our security team, you can get on the practice squad or something.
This is awesome. Who wouldn't volunteer to be the guy running there? Like they had to draw straws. Who wants to be the guy running? Me.
Can I get salary and benefits? I'll be that guy.
He's got some good wheels though, Tom.
He's not bad.
I couldn't do it for the Panthers though. Tepper wouldn't pay me that much.
He's got to go sit in the air conditioning unit right now.
His wife wouldn't like the trade to have me try out for it.
I didn't have much football. Terry was right, but I had to make fun of the Panthers trailer, air conditioned trailer. Then the Browns doing some work there. Any other news in Terry and Dallas? Y'all ain't gonna pay Dak Prescott. That's what I see. Yes, you gonna have a new quarterback next year. Jordan Love is now the highest paid quarterback in NFL history.
Did he get paid?
Yes, he and Tua got his contract too.
Did he get 55 or more?
I think it equaled. I think it was 55. I think
because Dak's
but you know,
60.
4-year, 220.
Yeah.
But you know who every NFL owner cusses out? Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Because he reset the market with his, and they're saying, oh, he looks so good in shorts out there throwing.
I don't know. Like, is his shoulder ever going to heal? I mean,
I'm telling you, 20 years from now, we're going to be talking about, remember how stupid we were when we signed him?
Mm-hmm.
But I will give Love the credit of being at all the practices.
They just paid him $220 million.
But
that was after.
He was there.
He was at the practices,
but he wasn't. But he wasn't participating.
He was not.
He was.
There.
Thanks for showing up and watching.
Thanks for showing up and not being a part of it. Yeah.
But now that you got your 55, Dak wants 60.
That's
y'all. I'm sitting here telling you, and
it's a joke.
And I was. Where can we go? Trey Lance, to me, it's your time.
And Stefan, the thing.
I'm sorry.
They're going to need a better offensive line.
Out of the Browns.
But then they were talking like Dallas was going to get rid of Dak, but then they're talking about him either going to the Giants, and I'm like, who cares?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, he's not worth that much. And none of these guys. Look, Lawrence, Tua, Jordan Love. You're sitting at Kansas City.
That's unreal.
Mahomes is just sitting there, just like you keep.
Watson's not even in the top anymore.
Yeah.
Tom, we complained about. He's not top 10.
He was at the time.
He's middle of the pack, Terry. We ever complained about how much playing quarterback?
Name your.
Who's not on that list? Look who's not on that list.
No, look at it though. Name me a Super Bowl champion.
There's 3 of them.
There's not 3 Super Bowl champions. It tells you right there,
wins.
Terry. Combined Super Bowl wins 0.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, you didn't. You
There's
didn't see
none.
it. Yeah, you didn't see it.
Yeah, and out of Joe Burrow, who's the other one?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Panthers fans.
Yeah, golf went to
Panthers fans, Cowboys fans. You're on two totally different ends of the spectrum right now, and this is why winning with a young quarterback has been trendy in the NFL lately. Is because you are spending. You got Bryce Young or whatever on the $5 or $10 $1 million a year in his first 4 years, or you got to spend somebody who's just as maybe equally as bad, or the established starters are getting $50 million a year now. Remember, Terry, I remember on this show we were arguing $30 million for Dak was too much.
Yes.
We sat right here. I remember us talking about $30 million was too much, and now we're looking at $60 million.
I'm sitting here. Who do you want, Dak? Do you need Lamb to stay with us? Do you need Parsons to stay with us? For you to be better, you have to make a choice here. Because you get 60, one of them two are going to leave. And that's so ashamed to say. One of them two is going to leave.
There's a mentality that needs to be appreciated by the most successful, in terms of winning, the most successful quarterbacks of the past 2 decades. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes left money on the table, and both of them said their legacy mattered more than the bottom line. That differentiates them from Aaron Rodgers. It differentiates them from everybody on this list, along with the number of Super Bowl titles that they have.
Well, let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this. How much different is your lifestyle going to be if you make $25 million versus $50 million a year?
Yes.
How much different is your lifestyle going to be?
$25 million less.
But I don't think it's going to be all
and now it
that.
depends on where you live and how much money taxes take out of it.
Seriously.
Right.
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, I know that I'm a capitalist too, and the more I work, the more money I make. But seriously.
But at a certain point.
I say if you make $100,000 a year versus $1 million a year, your lifestyle is going to be different.
Yes.
If you make $10 million a year versus $1 million, lifestyle is going to be. But there's a point where your lifestyle is just not going to be that much different.
Once you get to a certain amount, and I don't know what that magic number is, but I would say it's in the low millions.
Unless you just need more hush money for your mistresses or something. I mean, I'm just saying.
It just plateaus.
I don't feel like doing the research, and I know somebody would do it one day, but like I want to know at what point that we made in sports the decision that it wasn't about how good you are anymore. It mattered what's the max available that you can be paid. There used to be like I can pay Michael Jordan. If the max is $40 million, I'm going to pay Michael Jordan or LeBron $40 million. But if Derek White is available for $40 million, I'm only going to pay him $16 million. But what they do now is, because you're available for that, you get paid that regardless of what we're looking at this. The eighth highest paid people in the NFL are 16 and 17, no Super Bowl rings. All because, like you're saying, Dak is next in line.
We're going to go
more.
8. But here's your problem.
That's all. He gets
you
more
throw
no matter
Dak
what.
up there, and that record still stays below 500.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're going to have 18 wins compared to 21 losses.
There's two things right now. There's two people. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'm not sure about baseball. I don't know if Scott Boras did it, but I know in basketball they went to the guaranteed full contracts, and for some reason that got translated into everybody gets paid. Every best player on every team gets $40 million instead of we could pay him 40, but we could pay him 30 and spend 10 on someone else. It's now if you're the best player on our team, you get $40 million. And in football, the very next running back or the very next quarterback, it just blows my mind. Like no owners, no leagues has been like, dude, you're not as good as him.
Yeah. There's two impacts to that.
No, you're not as good as Jalen Hurts. Well, why would Dak Prescott be paid more than Jalen Hurts right now?
Oh, I know.
Or Lamar. I mean, for crying out loud.
At least he's won MVP. I'll give you that one.
But now think of what Dallas is getting ready to do. You're getting ready to give Dak, if we do it, $60 million. All right, say we do that. Well, the next thing in line is Lamb. Lamb wants $35 million. So all of a sudden you're at $95 million for 2 players.
And you've not even
Matt Parsons.
You've not mentioned the most important person for their team. Who you rather have right now? Dak Prescott or Micah Parsons? Who has a bigger impact on your team's success?
I'd rather have Parsons and let Dak go and hold that money and give it to Lamb, and then Trey Lance, you got your opportunities here to prove yourself.
A couple of things. One, there is a fascinating article that basically gets to the crux of this about the Niners this year, because the Niners are in the last year of Brock Purdy's rookie contract.
He's making a little over $1 million.
Not even. Not
You
even.
know?
He's
So
making
there you
like
go.
his
He's gonna
base
get,
salary is like
60 next year.
Yeah.
Think of that.
I mean, so they are able to spread out, but next year
they're going to lose Ayuk, I think.
Yeah, well, they've got.
He's at camp too.
Yeah, he's
just
there.
not playing
They've
too.
got the leverage with him right now.
Yeah.
But who knows if he'll stay long term. But they basically been able to spread that money, to Kevin's point, spread that money around to all of those playmakers and keep their defense intact, relatively speaking. But this is the last year they're going to be able to do that without having the discussion of, do we move on from Brock Purdy? Do we have a hope of replacing him?
They're not moving on from Brock
No.
Purdy.
But did you see what they brought up though the other day when they mentioned San Francisco? They got like 10 guys that are elite.
Yeah.
In their money getting paid.
You can
So
pay
you're not going to be able to continue to do that.
That's exactly if they keep Purdy, and the guy makes the argument statistically, Purdy, he's not just a system quarterback. You look at his next gen stats or whatever you want to assess. He's been a very good quarterback. He's been very good in the league, and he's led them to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl, for crying out loud. So
yeah, they're not, like I said.
After next year, they're either going to have to pay him his money, but this team, in the way it's set up, is not going to continue to be the way.
Purdy's a better passer than at least 4 people on that list.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm saying, but I am looking at the top 3 highest paid players in the NFL now. Joe Burrow made the Super Bowl.
2. Made 2, didn't he?
No. Love, I don't know how he got paid the highest in ever. And Trevor Lawrence record is 20-30, and he's the highest paid quarterback in the league.
And he's having a hard time in training camp with turnovers
But
already.
he's got really great hair.
He's got pretty hair, Tom.
He does.
Look, dude, anybody that from behind I thought was a bodybuilding female, all right, that's I don't know.
20-30, and he's getting 55 minutes. The highest paid quarterback in the NFL he's tied with. 20-30. He's got a good agent. His PR people.
That's it. The agents and the other side of this, to answer your question, the players' associations, they are continuing to push. We've got to keep pushing these salaries. We've got to keep pushing money, get the money from the owners. And I get it. I know these are the guys doing the entertaining. I understand they need to be compensated. But nobody on that list needs to be making more than Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Patrick Mahomes should be the standard. And
there used to be
But at the same time, you mean you're just like undoing your earlier point. He does it on purpose to where he doesn't have to where he can still keep some pieces in place. I mean, it's like it's not like they won't pay him. I mean, it's a situation where he wants to build his legacy.
But if I'm a front office person, I'm telling my quarterback, all right, look, this is what he's doing to make his team championship caliber, and you think you deserve to get paid more than him?
But people don't think that way.
Man, that's
I mean, it's just like the way Terry thinks, which it's hard to follow his thoughts. But on that one, I understand what he's saying. He's saying, look, man, we need a few extra pieces. We need you to take a little bit less so we can spread it around a little bit and we can win some championships. And that's just not the mentality of these guys anymore. Terry's mentality is not the mentality of these guys. I mean, that's just the way it is.
What are you saying?
I think he was
that
actually
makes no sense.
I said what you said, just a lot
I
clearer.
am saying that who would the Green Bay rather have? Would you rather have Rodgers or would you rather have Love? They're going to tell you Rodgers for less money, and I can do stuff around him. Not Love,
But
and I
you
can
made-
do nothing.
You made
are they
the
paying
same
Love more
point.
than
You
Rodgers
just-
is getting now?
You just went on a big
I
thing
said
about how
Dak's
Dak
not
needs to
worth.
take less money so
He
he can have more.
should.
Well, that's just what I said, Terry. I said that guys just don't think that way.
Yeah.
Like Chip thinks you could take these superstar athletes and son them in the office. Look, son, I need you to take less money. You just can't do that.
Hey.
You know, with your own children, you can, Chip. With
It's
your
not
own
agent.
children, you
It's not
can.
agent.
With
Hey.
these guys, you cannot.
When
You just
Derek
cannot do that.
Jeter hit free agency, he sat across from a table with Brian Cashman, and Cashman looked at and Jeter. No, he'd already won his world championships. He's already established himself, and he said, and he looked and said, "Is there anybody in this league you'd rather have play shortstop than me right now?" And Cashman looked him dead in the eye and said, "Yeah, I'd rather have Charlie Tulowitzki." And I mean, he didn't mince words, and
but it's changed.
Jeter re-signed.
People have changed. People.
That was only 7 or so years ago. I
Aaron
think.
Rodgers. I thought they got rid of him because of money dispute.
They got rid of him because he's a jerk.
Well, that
okay?
too. So his last
He's a
year in
jerk.
Green Bay, was a 1-year deal for 42. The year before was 22, and now they're paying Jordan Love 55.
I know.
They got rid of him because
That's what
he's
I'm
a jerk
saying.
and he's weird. He's weird.
I know that, Tom, but the argument then was the whole thing was about this contract dispute.
And how much
don't
is he
we don't
getting?
want to pay him.
That was the narrative.
He's getting what now? 30 for the Jets.
Your leader can't.
36.
Your
Okay,
leader
36.
can't be a weirdo. That's just fact. Your leader can't be a weirdo.
They already predicted the Jets to be in the Super Bowl, Tom.
I don't care what they predicted, Terry. It sounds like one of your predictions.
Who's they?
They who?
Yeah.
He don't know. He don't know.
What?
He just says
Tom,
stuff.
will
He
you
don't
sit
know.
there for
You
about
don't
3
know.
minutes and be quiet? Just 3 minutes.
I have been quite listening to your what you
Yeah,
tried
but what
to
I'm
say,
telling
which
people
everybody's
is
listening.
facts.
No, you're not.
You're
just,
like
you
lost.
just-
A minute ago, you
Who-
telling me
okay,
people
okay.
don't
Who
listen to
predicted
me.
the Jets to go to the Super Bowl?
A minute ago, you told me nobody was listening to me, but I was saying the same thing he was saying, but he was saying nobody's listening.
Who predicted the Jets to go to the Super Bowl, Terry?
You know.
And while you're at it, tell us the coach of the Boston Celtics. Okay, he doesn't know anything. He just sits there and just says whatever comes to his mind, and it's all
I
of a
will
sudden
never
true.
answer y'all's questions when y'all ask me junk like that. I have done that
we
now
know the
for 2
questions aren't
years.
getting answered.
Oh my God,
we already know that's not going to happen.
Calvin, please don't cancel the show. it's like I think he's going to listen to it sometime and say, you know what, gone.
They're gonna say the world's listening to.
Well,
Terry.
Jerry was bragging this week, Terry, about how they've sold a bunch of tickets so far. So you
I
proud of
appreciate
that?
it. Yeah, we always need the place packed,
That was his thing this week. We sold most
unbeaten
tickets
at home until we get to the playoff. Then
Yeah,
get
we've sold a
humiliated.
bunch of tickets. I'm really proud of my.
All right, we come back. We got baseball and golf, NASCAR, KTCBroadcasting.com.
The Great Gas Card Giveaway is underway. You could be the winner of up to $500 in gas cards when you register to win. The drawing will be held Friday, August 30th. Register today at Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center on Clark Drive in Lincoln, at J&D Furniture on North Lafayette Street in Uptown Shelby, at Ferguson Ace Hardware on Highway 150 East in Cherryville, at the Mulch House on Union Road in Gastonia, at West End Sales on Highway 18 North in Dale, at Jill's Uniforms on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at Bradley's on Highway 74 Bypass West of Shelby, at Medical Arts Pharmacy on Grover Street in Shelby, at Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain, and at the 3500 Grill on Highway 18 north of Shelby. Register to win the Great Gas Card Giveaway, brought to you by What'sUpShopper.com and KTC Broadcasting.
With the change of seasons, today's Pro in Shelby is having a sale, a clearance sale on the remaining name brand gas logs. Some are slightly used and some brand new, but they all come with a manufacturer's warranty. Also, displays are on sale as well. Come in and save and get ready for pool season. Today's Pro has all your pool supplies, and yes, they do water testing too. That's Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-600-8393. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Like them on Facebook too.
Mowing time is here. Time to head south and see Boyd Tire and Appliance on Main Street in Clover. There you'll find a big selection of Gravely, Aaron's, and John Deere mowers, steel chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Also appliances and tires. Right now get 0% financing for up to 48 months on a new Gravely zero-turn mower. And check out the deals on John Deere tractors and zero-turn mowers at Boyd Tire and Appliance, 110 North Main Street in Clover. Online at BoydTireandAppliance.com and see their page at What'sUpShopper.com.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, that's right. Christmas time in July at ProMotion Motors. ProMotion Motor Company has over 90 vehicles in its inventory, including Jeep Wranglers, pickup trucks, SUVs, gas savers that would all look great beneath your Christmas or palm tree. Serving Lincoln County and surrounding areas for 24 years, ProMotion Motor Company has finance plans for the first-time buyers, good credit, bad credit, even on-the-lot financing. So come treat yourself with a Christmas in July gift at ProMotion Motor Company, located at 2527 East Main Street, Lincoln, or call them at 735-0303. Visit them online at promotionmotors.com and like them on Facebook.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
Spring is the perfect time to play golf at the Crowders Mountain Golf Course at the foot of beautiful Crowders Mountain. Playing Route 18 Monday through Friday for $30 and just $27 after 1 p.m. And playing right on weekends and holidays for just $40 and just $35 after 1 p.m. Ladies' Day is Monday. Ladies playing right on Mondays for $20 and seniors playing right Monday through Friday for $27 at the Crowders Mountain Golf Course, 255 Lincoln Academy Road in Kings Mountain. For your tee time, call 704-739-7681.
Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop has some employment opportunities. They now have job openings for auto technicians, detail techs, and lube techs. Just apply at Oak Grove Auto Sales and check out the great deals on pre-owned vehicles, like the 2007 Toyota 4Runner SR5, priced at $11,995. Also a 2015 Volkswagen Jetta S, priced at only $69,995. Check them out today at Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Over 10,000 square feet of fun. We're talking about Nuggets Power Sports on South York Road, Highway 321 South in Gastonia. At Nuggets Power Sports, you'll find ATVs, dirt bikes, go-karts, and UTVs. All top-of-the-line brands, including Trailmaster, Apollo, Victory, and Lynn High. And they offer financing by Lindmark and Southern Loans. Get free 90-day layaway, plus they have a complete parts and service department. Shop 10,000 square feet of fun at Nuggets Power Sports, 5001 York Highway 321 South in Gastonia. Call 704-830-8137. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 7, Saturday 10 to 5. Find them on Facebook, too. Wait, don't you just hate waiting? Well, I do, too. That's why I go to All Ray Tire Center, where I get in and out service and check out some of their springtime specials, like alternator service starting at $79.95, an oil change starting at $47.99, brakes starting at $125 per axle, and they have great prices on tires, and most sizes are in stock, so you don't have to wait. Visit your nearest All Ray Tire Center, West Main Street, Forest City, Lower Dallas Road in Dallas, East Main Street in Cherryville, West Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, and Carbon City Road in Morganton.
Francis Brothers Used Cars, now in their 55th year in business, has proudly served the people of Cleveland and Rutherford counties since 1969 with a great selection of nice buy here, pay here cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Don, Bino, and Casey invite you to check out their inventory. They look forward to helping you get your next vehicle and offering oil changes, OBD inspections, brake works, shocks, axles, and CV joints in their service center. Francis Brothers Used Cars and Service Center, 134 North Main Street in downtown Boiling Springs. See them for your next automotive buy or service.
Check out the inventory this week at Eric Johnson Auto Sales in Cherryville. Get one now before you head out on vacation, like a 2013 Hyundai Sonata GLS sedan for only $6,500. How about a 2016 Jeep Patriot Sport SUV for $8,500? Eric Johnson Auto Sales has a 2014 Kia Optima EX sedan for $9,500 on a big 2017 Hyundai Tucson SE Sport Utility for only $12,900. That's Eric Johnson Auto Sales, 3629 Tryon Courthouse Road, right outside of Cherryville. Online at ericjohnsonautosales.com. Laundry has never been easier than it is now with a stop in at Family Coin Laundry in Lincoln. In 4 minutes, laundry is done. 2 minutes to drop it off and 2 minutes to pick it up. They do all the rest, featuring wash, dry, and fold services. And they have the big 80-pound washer and large dryers. From a shirt or a skirt to a big king-size bed sheet. They do it all. Get it clean at Family Coin Laundry on Vandiver Drive off North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Open 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week.
And we're back on Saturday More Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
That's your go-to phrase now, isn't it?
That's all he's got. He's been here 10 years, Terry. That's all he's got.
Yeah, that's all I got.
He's good.
Baseball, college sports, Terry. I'll let you choose.
Let's go college sports first. We'll save baseball.
All right. So everybody's
NASCAR.
been seeing about
Ain't much NASCAR.
The Bulldogs and their behavior issues. And it's hard for me because I believe these people were grown adults to how do you put blame or put much blame? People are saying the culture of the school. is it? And I'm going to show a different stat in a minute, and I think I don't know if it's one of those stats that aren't correlated or whatever it is, but that they may be related. Mm-hmm. But like, at what do you give? How do you blame a coach for a kid speeding, or the Brandon Miller situation? Do you blame the basketball coach in Alabama for what happened there? And you say culture, and what I would get against my culture is you don't suspend people when they do bad things. Is the only thing I can get, but I don't see how a coach can prevent these people or who are raised in different parts of the world or whatever, and people have different values.
Yeah,
I know there's laws are laws, but how do you put, like people say you should fire Kirby, or should you not? Like Tom, Urban Meyer and them. Like how much? What I'm asking is that how much is a adult's behavior responsible upon the football coach? We're talking about the Georgia problem that they're having with all they have 25 arrests this year, I think, since the national championship game. People say culture wise, but like I just don't. I don't know where we're going with it.
Yeah, I know.
Where to put blame, or I just don't. I have a hard time blaming another man for another man's actions.
Well, no, this is what I have. Like, everybody demands wins. Like, if you don't win, we're gonna run you out of town. Or you're 8-3, you're fired.
I was about to say, if he's 4-8, would he be going?
Well, in my 27 years of being around sports through high school and all that, some of the best athletes weren't always the best people.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but you know what? It's kind of like the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson. He's not the best person, but we're tired of losing, so we're going to put up with it.
That's the Miami Hurricanes.
And that's what they won't come out and say it, but if I was Coach Kirby, it's like, look, you want me to win.
That's what the Hornets are doing to Miles Bridges.
Yeah, you want me to beat Alabama, then I got to have the guys to do it. And sorry, some of these guys that can beat Alabama ain't exactly choir boys. So what do you want me to do? You want me to get the guy playing the tuba in the band to play running back? Then Alabama's going to beat us 100-0. What do you want me to do? Guy playing the tuba in the band's a great kid. Hadn't missed church in 5 years. But are you going to win a ball game with him? I mean, it's just like one of those things. I mean, what do you want me to do? And I think it's bad because it reflects poorly on your university. Because what's a university supposed to do? Build your character, broaden your knowledge, expose you to things and all that. But we really know that's not what it's about. It's about ones and zeros, right? Making that money. That's what it's about. It's about making that money. And we can win more ball games and make more money if we get these guys that maybe have some character flaws. And that's all they're doing. And that's what they can't say that though, right? Because then they're throwing their own players under the bus. Yep. Like, yeah, Johnny's got some character flaws. He beat his girlfriend, but he's really good at football. So what do you want me to do? I mean,
Miles Bridges beat his wife,
and got all that,
and got $75 million because he can score 20 points.
But I'm telling you, like, a lot of stuff matters. And like, I occasionally I'll float a Facebook post out there, and everybody loses their mind. It's like we're losing this in schools because we're losing, like, hey man, you got to come on time. This is what you can wear and what you can't wear to school. You have to come to school. And we lose all that because all that doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. This school doesn't really matter.
It does in the scheme of life.
Right,
it does.
Right, because you're not teaching people respect for the rules.
There you go.
And then it translates to what we have in society. And then when people don't follow, that's no big deal. You beat your wife, here's $50 million. Don't worry about it. Because the rules don't matter.
Now,
that's
some of these schools, I think Texas has a parking lot there in front of their practice facility for all the Lamborghinis that they've had to buy the kids recently. So if they're speeding in the school given car, is that something different than you're in your own little Honda?
Why are you going to follow the rules when you've been taught your whole life they don't matter?
They don't apply to you.
No.
I mean, it's the same thing. Like if you're really good at football and you get in trouble at school, they cover it up.
So basically, Kirby's not getting fired unless they don't win the SEC this year.
Correct.
For that behavior.
If you're 4-6 and you got 25 guys arrested, they're going to run you right out town. He's not teaching our young man character.
Now, with everything we've said, the behavior, the character, the this and that, let's see, is this correlated to this stat? All right. College football graduation rate. Clemson is number 1, 99% since 2016.
Way to go, Dabo. One good thing I can say.
Look who's dead last.
Georgia.
By a mile.
41%
Less than
graduation
50%.
rate. Now, With that said, I would bet 20% of those are NFL players.
Right. They didn't stay. They didn't stay.
But again, even if you included 20% in that, they would still be in the middle of the pack.
If you add 20%, they're still last.
You know what else could be a
theory?
theory?
Yeah, they would be.
They're still
20%, they'd still be last. I was adding from.
I used to work at a bank.
I was adding on the 60.
You know what? you know what else could be a factor in this though? It could be like really easy to get a degree from Clemson. I mean, you could say that too.
What's the old Louis Grizzard joke? He said they used to joke around and say you could just drive through Clemson's campus
and get in the window.
But that's not true. You got to stop and roll down the window first.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I mean,
Boston College is second, and Cincinnati, Northwestern, Wake Forest can't be accused of being bad schools. I assume
Vanderbilt,
Stanford 96, Louisville,
but most
Northwestern,
most of their kids, if you look at their, throw out Clemson, Boston College, Cincinnati, Northwestern, most of their kids aren't going to play pro ball. No. Most of them. I mean, they still got some kids.
Correct.
Most of their kids, Stanford's kids.
Stanford's got some
Vanderbilt's kids.
Then you get to Notre Dame.
Right.
There you
Stanford's probably the most mix of athletes. They've got the most
they do.
and smart people in the country.
I'll be honest. Look at Alabama. Look, they're the second row, the very first team in the second row.
Yeah, but graduating at like learning the ABCs isn't exactly like Carolina should be ashamed of themselves. They got fake classes and still can't get 77% of their shit. Ain't that right?
That was just for basketball.
Well, I'm looking.
You think that was just for basketball?
That's just
that
was just for Rashad. That was just for Rashad.
Just think about it. State and Carolina are almost at the bottom of the ACC,
and still in it.
There's like 12 teams in front of State.
And who are the most
desirable?
Florida State was told that they weren't smart enough to get in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
All I know is like everybody I talked to when I was in college that went to State was like depressed. So it's not surprising to me that a lot of kids drop out.
Are you crazy?
Now, hold on, Terry.
It's the most depressed.
I got to help Tom on this one.
Depressed. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know what it is.
Every person that I know that went to State, Tom,
depressed,
ended up transferring out.
They're just depressed. I don't know what it is.
Since the 90s, I'm saying since the 90s, Terry, there's some older graduates, but every person that I personally know that's at some point attended NC State transferred out of there.
But you got to be somebody who's committed. That's the problem. Nowadays, we got colleges taking you anywhere, so you can just go 1 year and jump somewhere else.
That being said, now NC State does have like aerospace engineering and like the veterinary school and tough stuff. Now, I'm not saying that it's got anything to do with his academics because they have some like high powered degrees you can get from NC State. But I'm just saying that I think it's all the red brick. I mean, you just walk around and just look at all them, and it's just depressing. It looks like it looks like a industrial revolution, factory. Yeah. I mean, it's depressing.
So as far as Duke's campus, I'll say something. We went there in school, and I thought it was weird that it's supposed to be a religious school, and everything was pretty satanic. It's a Methodist school.
Oh well, you could tell like Krzyzewski, he's a good Christian.
Right. Well, I'm saying they got gargoyles everywhere. Yeah. Like it wasn't like there was no pictures of Jesus. I saw gargoyles everywhere, and they took us to the church. It was dark lit with candles, and I'm like,
okay,
there's no.
We're talking about Methodists,
right? There's no raising of Jesus in here. This is Duke. So like you talk about these campuses being weird. Carolina should be somebody should be ashamed of themselves because that's not a real number. Whatever Carolina's number is, because we know they got fake classes, so their either percentage is closer to Georgia's, or NC State should really be ashamed of themselves because they're not cheating good enough.
Well, one time I asked the guy though. I said, "Are you Baptist?" He goes, "I'm way too liberal to be Baptist. I'm Methodist." So I mean, so it's kind of one of those things.
Yeah.
It's too hard. You believe in Jesus or not? How can we do that?
Yeah, I know.
Can we just do that?
I know.
So Georgia, is that correlated? Their 41% graduation rate and their arrest rate,
winning national championships,
and national. Are all those three going in the same Venn diagram?
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it's just like I've already made the point. That some of these boys maybe not be the best people, but they's really good at football.
What's the old adage? Winning cures everything. Winning cures some of the things you don't want it to cure.
We've been talking about narratives today. Here's a narrative in college football: the Big Ten and SEC dominance in college football. Terry, I got some stats for you, Mr. ACC. National titles in the last 15 years: ACC 3, Big Ten 2, college football playoff wins, ACC 6, the big whatever they call themselves 5.
That's nothing new here.
Heisman's in the last 15. He's
This
2
is
nothing.
every year.
You can delete the ACC and just type Clemson into each of those. So you know that, right?
And well, the other one, the Big Ten's what? Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah, at least there's 2 schools.
Penn State, Michigan State used to make it. I mean, Michigan State had made. They made the college football.
So, Penn State's up on the rise, don't you think? I mean, they're
but they can't beat. I can't believe Franklin's kept his job. What his record against Ohio State and Michigan is. It's like 1-10 or something. I don't have it in front of me, but I know it's not very good. And how can you keep your job if your 2 arch rivals, you never beat them?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say that. I'd say, Ryan Day lost the last 3 times to Michigan. Now, we know Michigan cheated. That's okay. But if you lose again to Michigan, I don't know if you're still the coach. Now, there's all this clickbait. Deion Sanders is going to come to Ohio State, coach.
This week the talk was him going to USC if Lincoln Riley didn't start showing a little more success. That's what they were.
I don't know. I think it's going to kind of work itself out, to see if Deion's really like, is this serious or is this a bunch of flash?
I think if USC opened up, Deion would jump on that with both. I mean, that
would be perfect. Southern California.
Yeah, that's him all over. That's yeah.
Why do we think? Why do we keep thinking about getting rid of Lincoln Riley?
Paul Feinbaum just said the other day he's the most disappointing coach.
He
in college
did. He
sports.
said he would fired him last year.
There you go.
I'm like, this guy, that's why I don't like listening to him. He's just absolutely awful.
He feels the same about you, too.
All right, we got to switch over to baseball. Because we got to squeeze a bunch of other stuff in here at the end of the show. Kenley Jansen isn't going to Colorado. Red Sox pitcher. He had to have his heart shocked.
Yeah.
3 different times.
Yeah.
2012, 2018, and 2022 after pitching there. And so he will not be making the trip. Some pitchers and some players are pitching the game before the trips to Colorado, so they don't have to. So it's just a thing to look at if you're a player health-wise or what's going on with that. That's kind of weird. All right, Tom, I'm going to let you be the judge here. Are the Kansas City Royals cheating?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with this one. You have to.
Are the Kansas City Royals cheating?
We do whatever it takes to win.
Here we go.
Gosh.
Controversy in the AL Central. Bobby Witt Jr. at home is a completely different player than he is on the road, just like the rest of the team.
Oh, okay.
At home, he bats .414. On the road, .270. Slugs .730 at home, .440.
Wasn't Bobby Witt a pitcher?
On the road.
There was a Bobby Witt.
Bobby Witt is the shortstop for Kansas City.
No, but he's Bobby Witt Jr.
He's talking about senior.
Talking about senior Dodo.
So there's that stat. And then let's see. I think I got another one.
Senior, that was.
I know what it was.
Oh, Lordy. You guys okay over there?
Yeah, we're okay.
Dang it, I can't find it. But anyway, there's your that's the big thing is that the Royals cheating somehow.
Well, I mean, after the Astros got caught, I mean, why wouldn't somebody else try it? I mean, the Astros won a couple World Series.
We're not
cheating, right?
Tom.
I mean, if you are, it wouldn't surprise
It's only
me.
cheating if you get caught, right there, Terry?
I'm going to tell you, last year we won a total of 56 games. We have won 57 as of last night to surpass last year.
They have the lowest strikeout percentage in Major League Baseball at home. On the road, they're 8th worst in baseball.
Yeah. I don't.
They just really
I don't subscribe to
they're
it's
just
not
really,
cheating if you
they're
don't.
just
They're good at
really,
home.
They're just really inspired by their home crowd.
Yeah, we're not that far under 500 on the road. About 5 or 6 games.
I'm just proud of Cleveland for beating Philadelphia. I was like, okay, playing Philadelphia, time to get swept, and they won 3-1.
Yeah, I know Philadelphia made so many bad mistakes.
2015 and 2020 and this year's Royals, the 3 out of the past 7 most extreme seasons as opposed to being better at home and away.
I agree.
3 of the 7, Tom.
They're really comfortable at home.
Are the Royals cheating, Tom?
No.
Could be.
No.
There's a player this week came out and said all the teams are cheating using some type of way or device or something. So what do you think about that? He said a lot of them are using video, then flashing lights. somewhere in the stadium.
If the Yankees are cheating right now, they're doing a very poor job of it.
Basically, there's a guy in a suite somewhere with a video camera on the catcher, and whatever number it sees, there's a light somewhere in the stadium that comes on. This isn't hard.
No, it's not
hard. You know if it's a curveball. But as a hitter, you're wanting off-speed fastball. You want to know if it's a fastball. If it's off-speed, you got to adjust and get ready for it. You know what 3 pitches he throws, so you're looking outside corner. If it's a fastball, you got to swing as soon as they let go of it pretty much at 95 miles per hour. It's not like you're, hey, is that a strike? Like, you're not judging coming out to hand that. But I don't know, Tom. Let's see. Here's some more evidence. That they told me the Royals don't cheat at home. Let's see. I can't read these fancy stats sometimes. I want to read them, and then you're like,
the so-called team who has to earn everything. Now we're in here talking about whether they're cheating. We're not like Houston Astros.
These guys got totally different numbers at home and the road. Is what they're saying on you guys.
They're very comfortable.
It looks like they're comparing home exit velocity hit off of hits
very
versus
comfortable at home.
They're hitting it very much harder at home.
Yeah, pretty much.
They take more steroids when they're at home.
Is that what it is? How are they? Anyway, they're in third place.
Lordy.
Third place, Terry.
We're not far behind Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland, but the Twins.
Cleveland's in first.
Yeah, Cleveland's first, and Minnesota then us.
Yeah, but it's not a big lead. I mean, Cleveland's not played Graham. I mean, they split with Detroit, and who's got a losing record.
Still got the best record in the American League.
They do, but I'm just telling you, man. I worry about that young pitching staff, and I worry. Kwan's hitting the ball a little bit. Ramirez didn't get a hit last night.
Yeah.
But
be careful for the Yankees falling back to us.
Yeah.
They've had the only team with the worst record since June in the league is the White Sox.
Yep.
They and I've referenced this stat multiple times. On June 15th, the Yankees starters combined ERA was 2.77, easily the tops in the MLB. Since then, Yankee starters have combined an ERA of 6.
But it's baseball. We all know this is going to happen. There's somewhere in the season you're going to hit a slump.
This goes well beyond. They are collapsing.
Well, I get tired
right now
because when you talk to Boone went off. He's like, "What do you mean there's something wrong with us? I mean, we're just in a bad stretch, and I don't blame him. Yeah. That's how I would answer that. I'm still in the playoffs.
Boone's a nut anyway.
Yeah, but I don't blame him for getting mad. What kind of question are you asking me?
Yeah. Cardinals out of the playoffs now, 1.5 out of the spot in the National League. Braves, Mets,
look where the Braves have
and
failed.
Padres. They're third place in their division.
They're in trouble right now.
But I want to tell you something about them, and it bothers me when people say when you lose starters. Think of all the people they've lost.
Yeah,
and then we got somebody in your lineup who's playing right field batting .083.
Yeah,
.083.
I remember. Gerald and Ron were talking about the Mets were about to catch the Braves, and they did because they just had a set.
June the 2nd, they were 10.5 games behind the Braves. June the 2nd, and they have caught them.
Braves hadn't hit.
The Mets are the team in New York playing right now, or that are winning right now. I mean, the Braves are without their two best pitchers right now. Albies is out for 8 weeks. They don't have their best hitter for the rest of the year. They're
Acuna.
Yeah,
he's not in there.
Well, he's done for the year.
He's out for the year.
He's done.
Albies just broke his wrist. He's out for 8 weeks.
Our local Lincoln County baseball player, Alec Burleson, has been
turned it around.
He's been in the news this week. I don't know if y'all noticed. He's been hot hitting wise. Now I don't know what any of these stats mean, Chip, but it says the first Cardinal since 1967 to do it, so it's got to be good. But I don't know what these stats mean. A sub 5% BB percentage, walk percentage, and a WRC plus over 125. Terry, you know what that means?
I have no idea.
Since 1967, no Cardinals had a plus or WRC 7 plus.
I know what an RBI is.
I know what.
I know what a stolen base.
Keep that up for a second.
I know if you have lots of RBIs and stolen bases, that's good. I know what a slugging percentage is.
Yeah.
What is that WRC plus? Is that?
Yeah. So this home run he hit against the Braves.
What weighted runs created plus?
Look where this ball lands. It lands on top of the chop house. And y'all don't have the. Sorry, I didn't.
But I want you to notice, guys. I want you to notice.
Wow,
that's an inside pitch. Show it again.
Yeah,
that's an inside pitch. He's not going to show it again.
I'm trying. Hold on, give me a sec.
Okay, here it is, right there. That's an inside pitch. what I tell these kids in high school is they will not swing at an inside pitch or a high pitch.
That's what you do. That's
what you do with an inside pitch.
Inside high is going out the park.
Oh my! I mean, I just don't understand. Like,
if you don't have power, that's your power. Is inside high.
If you call that pitch the travel ball daddy's cry, my son can't hit that pitch.
Well, that's not.
But I'm saying, like, have you ever watched a Major League Baseball game?
Especially left-handed
Look at
hitter.
this land.
That's a pitch you can pull.
It's
you
landing
can pull
on the air
it.
You can demolish it.
Have any of y'all ever been to the stadium?
I've not been to Truist Park. No.
I
Go
have.
back.
That's a bomb.
Let me see what part of the bat he hits the ball with.
The barrel.
No. I want to see.
It landed.
No, I want to see.
Almost above the foul.
Yeah, I want to see.
That
I want to
blue
see.
line.
I want to see where on the barrel.
That blue line is where it landed.
I want to see where on the barrel. Right there. See, he gets the barrel of the bat.
There you go, Tom.
He got it around.
Right. I mean, the thick. I mean, in the middle of the barrel.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just turning on it, man. That's all.
I mean, it's just. Look, dude. Why are you crying about an inside pitch being called a strike?
That's what Kevin said. I mean, that's where your power comes from if you can't get it anywhere.
My son, we paid a lot of money to come to this tournament. We can't hit.
For have that call made.
Yeah, what have you did?
So have you seen the controversy about him this week, though? Well, everybody's mad at him. Do y'all know? Y'all don't know?
Clue.
I mean, the whole nation is mad at Alec Burleson right now.
Okay.
So give you some background. Burleson in college was he would get on the Bluetooth and the speaker, and he'd be the DJ. So they nicknamed him DJ Burley Biscuits, and they always say it's not singular, it's plural. So that's what they're joking with. Well, their celebration, when he gets a hit, he puts his hands over his ears and does the DJ thing. Well, guess what happened this week? President Trump was shot in the ear, raised his hand in a fist. Burleson does it. Keith Olbermann, y'all remember this clown, don't you? Have y'all ever heard what he does now?
He's MSNBC.
No, he was fired from there a long time ago.
Yeah, he was.
He calls no. Well, I'm going to read the words.
He got his own podcast
because I can't even read this.
Yeah.
Let's find because for me to say, for me to even kind of quote it is just beyond ridiculous. Basically, he's one of these people that if Trump sneezes, he says that Hitler, he's Hitler, all that stuff. So he calls the Cardinals organization. I'm trying to find it. He calls for the ending. I know where I'll find it because I cussed him. I gave him a FU myself. Where's he at? This clown. All right, here we go. Oh, he deleted his post. Deleted it. He said that Major League Baseball needed to compound or get rid of the Cardinals and get rid of all the Nazis. They're all Nazis. He just went on a tirade calling the Cardinals a bunch of white supremacist Nazis. That's what he was doing. Apparently, he's deleted his post. Maybe he's went back on it, but saying that they were doing a Trump celebration. Another kid, I think, for Colorado actually did a Trump celebration, but this week has just been nothing because I'm on the Cardinals Twitter, just nothing because of Keith Olbermann going on and calling for the Cardinals to be disbanded because of them celebrating that. And it didn't even have nothing to do with politics. It was them the DJ Burley Biscuits. So it went to the point where they were attacking his mom on Twitter, and she had to shut her Twitter page down because of it. Because she went on to defend him, saying that this has nothing to do with politics, and they just jumped on him even worse. So that's where that was. It's been a weird, wild week. 2 weeks of all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
For that, the Burlesons and being Cardinals fans, it wasn't Cardinals fans, obviously. It was Keith Olbermann and his legion of jackasses. And
What's he got, like a podcast now?
He's just on Twitter. He's a despicable human being. That's all. Go on. If you would ever go to his page and just follow, he's a despicable person. It's just flat out what he is and what he'll always be. And that's all you can say about him. Just put it that way.
It's bad because back in the 90s, he was kind of funny.
Should have stuck with Dan Patrick at ESPN.
A lot of people were before the last few years in politics. The people lost their minds. So Xander's, we'll go through some of this golf and want to connect because I wanted to show some of this golf footage here. That's why I was talking a little bit about Trump. We're going to get back to that in a second. Here's some notes for you. Xander Schauffele. This is the stats relative to par this year in majors. Schauffele's 31 under.
Yeah.
In majors. Scheffler at 17. He's almost doubled up Scheffler. Morikawa 15. Henley 9. Lowry 6. Everyone else in the world is over par besides 5 people in the majors this year.
I mean, look at at the start of the year, the knock against Xander was he couldn't finish. He couldn't finish strong in the majors. He had no majors. And you got to look at, there have been 200, I think, in a little over 230 guys that have won a professional golf major ever. So winning one obviously gets you in that. Winning 2 different majors puts you in the top 50 all time. So he went from not being able to close it out to now he's one of the top 50 of all time.
Well, I gave him a lot of credit when he was on the 18th green, and he turned around and waited for his caddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're tight, and he's
He would not walk up there unless he was with him.
And guys, up until last week, it was sealed. It was a done deal who the player of the year was going to be, and it wasn't Xander Schauffele. I mean, Scotty in the year that he's had. This has changed. I mean, and the one I think Scotty won the Players Championship, which is part of the why I would say it's still on the fence. It could come down to this week or the next 2 weeks, and it could come down to the FedEx Cup.
He's got 2 majors and 14 strokes on him. Y'all better not give him no award over me.
No.
Right, Terry? Yeah. I got 2 trophies and 14 strokes. What you got? The last time the 4 majors were won by Americans in the same year, Michael Jordan hit a jumper for Carolina to win the championship.
A mediocre player.
He is.
Mediocre. The last time 4 Americans won majors was 1982.
We come across half court and Brown threw it away to the wrong guy.
Do we know the 4 golfers?
Golfers have finished top 10 in all 4 majors and won at least 2 of them in a single year since the Masters started. Palmer, Player, Nicklaus, Watson, Woods, Spieth, and Mr. Can't Close himself, Schauffele.
Yeah. And he's won the Open and the PGA. He's halfway to the career Grand Slam, and he has finished second at Augusta. So I mean, he's riding it. He's going to be riding some, I won't say momentum because we're almost 9 months away from the next major, but he's going to have a good level of confidence going into Augusta next April.
2013, Chip. I want to let you read this one.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Dan Brown quit golf. Did you know this? Dan Brown quit, and this was his announcement to the world. Oh, crap. Gotta make it smaller. This is his Twitter announcement to the world. Chip, you want to let the world know what he said?
Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
I've quit golf, taking up poon slaying and bowls, so it looks like Kinnear versus Johnson. 5 G's a man.
That was the leader of the British Open last weekend on Saturday.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Tom, you thought it was just Tiger. Apparently.
I guess not.
Apparently not.
No.
Now, with all that said, you got the Alec Burleson, we got the golf. We had the stuff with the President Trump, now President Biden, Kamala, all this stuff that's happened this week. I give you Bryson DeChambeau. Have you watched any of this?
I've not.
He has a show on Twitter, YouTube. It's called Break 50. Okay? So the idea is him and another person play the women's tees or the red tees, captain's choice, and they're trying to shoot under 50.
For 18 holes.
So that's the show. So when people say they're hitting from the red tees or he didn't do this, that's the game. So the game is captain's choice from the red tees. Can we shoot under 50? So here's some highlights from the show, as I'm going to bring up for the folks, of Bryson and former President Trump playing in this. This is Trump on a par 3 putting it closer than Bryson, and little smack talk here and stuff. It's just this is content.
Yes. Oh, beautiful! Come on. Oh, what a shot! Partner! Great shot. That's how you do it right there.
And Bryson's coming up.
You think Biden can do that? I don't know. We had an argument about golf.
This was filmed
I saw
Come on,
on CNN.
This was filmed right after their This was filmed the week
Right
after
after the debate.
their debate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I could do that. If President Trump gets inside of me, I don't know what's going on. All right, so 111. Gonna play this 110. Just a yard short.
Pushed it.
Could be good.
Sit.
Oh, a little
sit,
much, huh?
Sit. Oh, it's gonna spin.
It ain't spinning.
I think you might have the better end.
It's in the back right corner. It ain't spinning. All right, how about hole 18 to shoot in minus 22, even 50. This is for the 50.
Get in there. Oh, let's go!
Little right to
That's how we
left.
do
They
it.
got the 50. They didn't break the 50. This is how about President making a solo eagle by himself on a par 4.
Oh yeah, get up there. Get up. Yes! Yes! Way to go! There you go. Nice.
Chip, how many by yourself par 4s, even from the women's tee, have you ever made eagle on?
How many eagles, period, have I ever made? Golly. You count on one hand.
A little bit better than people thought,
Yeah.
or that was reported. But here's one that they didn't report. Cart pass don't apply to the former president. He is 6 inches from the first cut on the tee box. They actually had a comment on it.
He kept it off the tee box.
Let's see. Well, here's
All right.
some going back and forth.
I mean, look at that.
That's a perfect drive. Now, if it was 50 yards further,
And then, of course, Bryson hits one
well, that's
330
really hit.
over the green.
Maybe left. You hit that grade, right?
Yeah, I just pulled it.
Well, you
just
stayed
a
away
little
from the
bit.
water. He's in great shape.
I think.
Up in the left hill.
What do you think? I like your shot better. You do?
Okay, then let's use this. Oh, beautiful. Sit down.
I love how the shot tracker is red, white, and blue.
That
Beautiful
is
shot.
it.
Nice.
Funny.
By the way, partner.
It's a good call.
I like this caddy. Bryce don't put any muscle. It's crazy how
Shot.
he barely
This
has
is
to
a
put
little
any in.
closer.
It's just
I'll
all
let you
hands.
call it, but
I know that that's going to
All-
break.
all
Like, I can
forearms.
control that. I know how to hit
What do
that
you-
putt.
He like using
I
no
like your
legs
shot.
and
This would be a
shit for
solo
hips
birdie
and
if
all.
you make this right here. I want to
this would
see
be
you
a
knock
nice
one in
birdie.
here.
This would be a very nice
Well,
birdie.
he hits
It
his
would be.
drive so far, he doesn't have to use
This
his
was,
leg.
I bet I haven't seen him in person. I would guess his forearms
Go
are
in.
ridiculous.
I told you. Did I tell you the story about how I called him off his shot? So it's
You
Sunday.
can take them, put them.
It was Sunday this year, and he's in the running. Well, we got held up on our team. Basically, Patrick Cantley, who is notoriously known to be a slow player, was in front of him, hit it in the bunker in our fairway, and it slowed everybody else up behind him. There was like 3 or 4 groups behind him.
Mm-hmm.
So the group in front of Bryson both hit their drives, and there's some limbs over. There's a tree with some limbs overhanging, so you can't see the right side of the fairway up above the bunker. So there's 2 players. Both of them hit their drives over there. Well, I knew they were over there, so I'm standing in front of the tee box with Bryson and his caddy behind me, just standing there with my flag. And I'm waiting for those guys to clear out. Well, I hear Bryson talking to his caddy and everything, and getting ready to take his yardage. He put the ball on the tee down, and then all of a sudden, he's like looking at me weird, and then he's like, "Oh, they're over there on the right." And I turned around, and looked at him. I was like, "I've seen you hit, dude." I said, "I wouldn't be standing in front of you if you were clear to hit." And the patrons got a kick out of that.
Here's them in the golf cart.
See that, Jessica? See the trees in there? They grow naturally. They grow naturally. You can take them, put them out here. You have the nicest trees in the country. Look at that. That's a maple right there. I love it. Just grows. You know why? It's a very vibrant part of the world. I don't care what. Right? I agree. And I do a little cut, but the little hook is still pretty. Yep. You're right up here. Oh, looky.
Do you have that?
Well, I have a great playlist.
Playlist?
I have a playlist. It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
It's too old for you. We'll play this when we're finished breaking this record if that ever happens.
Time to say I love it.
Now, finally, remember how I talk about real quick as we go. Learn who you get your news from, which side you're hearing, sports, whatever it is, because some of it's fake. Here is CNN's reporting on the event.
Golly.
Terry, you gonna read the caption there?
I'm not reading that.
Terry,
That's stupid.
read that shit.
That is stupid. Why would you say that?
This just in: Bryson DeChambeau and Donald Trump failed to break 50. Trump missed multiple key putts.
They shot exactly 50 22 under, and the caption is.
And he hit the clutch putt on 18.
In all seriousness, are you sure that's not a fake?
Multiple key putts.
You sure that's not fake?
It probably is, Tom. It's definitely fake. Just like this, Time Magazine this week had this on there for a week, and they got complaints, and they changed their cover to this. Got complaints because it made him look heroic. Let's see. How about some more fake news? I've got a whole list of here. Here's reporting for CNN and Tom. Now, this is fake. This is how they would have reported Caesar was killed in a group. Caesar injured in a group hug. Now, where this joke comes from, I'm about to show you, because here's their here's their headlines from Twitter this week after the Trump speech interrupted by the Secret Service, not by the bullet. The Secret Service interrupted it.
Oh, he wasn't.
How about Newsweek?
He wasn't shot by a bullet this week. That's what they're saying.
MAGA responds with outrage after Trump injured at a Pennsylvania rally. He twisted his ankle, Chip. He pulled his groin playing defense. Of course, RFK prayed for the safety of everyone. He still hadn't had Secret Service protection until after the day after he shot, and Trump said, how about RFK get some Secret Service protection too? Indy Star, Trump removed from stage by Secret Service after loud noises startled the president. These are the headlines where you get your news. Trump escorted away after loud noises. Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after popping noises. Donald Trump escorted off stage during rally after loud noises ring out in the crowd. What I'm telling you is, and I've said this for years, be careful what news and what you get it from. Like Tom says, it could be fake. The meme could be. But that is straight up lying, and we all know it is, and everything about it. Sit there and say, our news organizations removed from stage after loud noises starts the crowd. No, popping noises. It's just nothing but that. And so it's just ridiculous. And so you see the golf. You've been told people aren't good at golf or this and that. It's just ridiculous. So we see our narratives, and I just wanted to be where we are with the news. And even if it's ESPN or whoever it was will tell you LeBron and Bronny's good. It just doesn't matter. So we'll try to tell you the truth or whatever we can on anything we can. Tom will call you out on it, or I will, or Terry. We'll call Terry's nonsense out. But I don't know what message I have other than just be careful with what you're watching, what you're doing, where you get your information.
I heard a saying a long time ago, and I think it renders true and echoes what you're saying, Kevin. The internet has allowed
people to make fake BS and put it out there, and then you have to go through it all and say, did they really say that, or did they? That's the problem.
It's allowed.
It's too easy to create.
The ability to attain information has exponentially become easier, but it has also become that much easier to attain false information.
But then, Chip, after something is proved false, you know what the answer is? Well, that's the way people feel.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you feel. Yeah. It matters what is.
Yep.
Because a lot of these are just created because that's the way you feel. So you see something on Twitter, you see something on Facebook. Well, I agree with that because that's the way I feel. Your feelings don't make it true.
I did have one final golf note. This was Padraig Harrington and Tiger going back and forth. Padraig, we mentioned this before, Chip. Padraig told Tiger he looks forward to seeing playing and beating him on the Champions Tour. Tiger said that. So he said, he has an intention of playing. I think his words were, I can't wait to beat you out on the Champions Tour, or something like that. So Padraig reporting that Tiger says he may be out on the PGA Seniors Tour one day. All right, we'll be back next week for more sports and more fun. KTC Broadcasting, Shock Joxx. We'll be back. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and